Hello, folks. Welcome to Nateland. Shout out to our sponsor from the makers of Helix, the most comfortable mattress ever. Comes all form, easily customizable sofas, armchairs, love seats, and more. All form delivers directly to your home with fast, free shipping. You can assemble all the furniture yourself in minutes. No tools needed. Right now, Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/Nate. That is 20% off all orders at allform.com/Nate. Did you also know 2 out of 3 men will experience some form of hair loss by the time they are 35? Keeps offers a simple, stress-free way to keep your hair with treatment starting at just $10 per month. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/Nate to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/Nate to get your first month free. Keeps, keeps.com/Nate. Finally, I'm excited to have been introduced to Athletic Greens. Life is busy and your well-being is important. Athletic Greens make it so easy to get the vitamins you need every day with just one scoop. I messed it up. Scroop and scoop. You get both. Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Visit athleticgreens.com/Nate for a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. This is athleticgreens.com/Nate. What's up, everybody? Welcome, like we said, to the Nateland podcast. We are sitting here with Brian Bates. Aaron Weber has COVID.
You didn't say hello, folks.
I said it. I did the ads already.
Oh.
So Bates is here, obviously. Aaron has COVID. So we had Sonny Gray sitting in for later. And right now we have Cole. A lot of people don't know this, Cole, but you've been interning. You're our first intern.
Yeah.
As you're going to go to college and you have to write this down you write it down on your college thing?
I did. Yeah.
You did?
What did you put?
Put intern for the Nateland podcast. And they're going to be like, what does that mean?
Yeah. It means what it means.
It's something to put on it.
Yeah, just something. Well, it sounds good.
Do you think they'll call me and ask me?
Ooh, would they?
They might, right?
Yeah. Do they do that?
I don't put your contact on it.
Oh,
so.
Right underneath it. Yeah.
I don't even know if they could.
Do you care if Brian calls them? He would like to call them. Did you ever do references like at a job?
Sure.
I feel like they never call.
Well, probably the jobs you were doing.
The jobs I was doing, I don't think they called. That's like you put your buddy on there.
Yeah.
Like then you get, I guess, a real job. So Channel 5, y'all hired someone. You'd call all their references?
Yeah, some resumes would say references upon request. And sometimes if you're on the fence about them, you're like, well, you're out because...
You didn't get me.
Yeah.
Would you sometimes not call the references because you didn't care? And you're like, this seems like a good person.
I mean, I'm sure it happened, but usually you want to check the usually that's the most important thing to find out if...
And so you call them and you're like, hey, we're looking at hiring, Cole Meyer. Like he seems like a good guy. And you're like, yeah, he's a good guy. Do they ever go like,
Well, sometimes you need to tell your references that, hey, you may be getting a call.
Yeah.
That's the proper thing. Sometimes people wouldn't know that they were listed as a reference and they'd be caught off guard.
And then they're like, no, he stole from us.
What we would try to do is find references that they didn't list.
Yeah.
Because they're going to list 3 people and say good thing. We try to find someone who just worked with them.
Oh, wow.
And that's when you get the truth.
Yeah. And would you ever not hire someone because of that?
Yeah.
Oh. Would you call them?
Yeah. When I was a manager, I would. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's someone that could be listening to this. They might know who they are. Yeah. They didn't get the job because you called a reference. And what they were like, it just doesn't show up on time or it's something like that.
Yeah. Or just difficult to work with or something like that.
Yeah. And then you're like, all right, we'll move on. Yeah.
The biggest thing was just people who, if people would complain about their old job in an interview, you're like, well, it's just a matter of time before you're complaining about this job.
Yeah. This is all good stuff to learn. Cole, you're a senior in high school, Ravenwood. Ravenwood High School, right?
Yep.
And you don't know the college you're going to go to yet. You're figuring that out.
I need to soon.
You need to soon.
It's coming up.
We want him to announce it. Well, we want him to announce it on the podcast with 3 hats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you narrowed down to like 3?
I think so, like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Ball State.
I could get
Western
it down
Kentucky.
by the time.
Yeah.
I need to.
MTSU. You got to pick one of
You can narrow it down
Notre Dame,
MTSU.
MTSU, or Donald's Christian Academy. Go back to high school. Yeah. One of the choices.
Do you have it narrowed down?
I think the deadline's like May.
Oh,
okay.
he's
Like
fine.
final deadline.
Yeah, yeah. So did you do a safety school and stuff?
I think most of them I applied to are safeties. So I did. Do you want me to tell you?
No, don't. We don't want. Don't say it because we want it to be a good reveal. But like, so is a safety school? What was is MTSU? Is that your?
Yeah, I don't even think. I mean,
that was your school.
It's not that hard to get in MTSU.
So it's your safety school is like you're just like, all right, I'll go here worst case, and then I'm gonna try for like Harvard and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
You're super smart, and he's like real smart.
Yeah,
yeah.
I know. I work with him.
Yeah, smart. He's the smartest person on the show. Smarter than Aaron, and Aaron's going down.
Yeah,
he was smart at one point, and now he's definitely hit the.
It's declining.
And then he got COVID, so he's probably even dropped a few more spots.
Yeah.
But it's it's like I remember kids talking about safety schools, but I never, every school was my just a school. Getting in a school, safety school was not going to school. Was my safety school was not going to get a regular job. That's what I put down for my safety school.
Yeah, I really wasn't thinking. I mean, I think I applied just to MTSU and got in, and that was the Bates family way.
The Bates way. Did everybody go to MTSU?
Yeah.
Yeah. You just drive up there and go, we'd like to go here. The Middle Tennessee State.
It's just a good,
it's a good college.
Good college, 30 minutes from Lebanon. That's a good.
Yeah.
I remember thinking, man,
it's far enough.
I have moved out of town.
Living it up.
Yeah.
You ever been to Lebanon, Tennessee?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I actually have a buddy that's going to go there.
To MTSU?
Yeah.
All right. Tell him to put Bates down as a reference.
Yeah.
They had to go back in the archives. and they go, when he graduated here? Oh, black and white picture. Let's read some of you guys' comments. This is from the Universe Part 2 episode. Stephen J. Orlando, hearing Nate ask whether it would hurt if someone punched you in outer space because there's no sound, then suddenly making a brilliant analogy between the center of the universe and the center of the ocean is why so many people love this show. What a roller coaster. Keep it up. That made sense, right?
Yeah. People were praising you for just pulling that out and how brilliant that was.
Brilliant. I'm brilliant. I should be teaching.
He's like Rain Man. He can't do basic stuff, but
there's pockets. There's stuff jumps in there.
You got your moments.
They got your moments. Do y'all talk about the universe? When did you start talking about universe in school? Is it a very broad?
I don't think we've covered it since middle school.
Oh, y'all get away from it that quick?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just don't touch on it really.
Yeah. No one ever brings it up and just says, let's talk about clouds today. You don't have a class of biology? What is not biology? You take whatever science. You take science again? You kind of, science over? You done with science?
Today we're going to dissect the cloud.
Yeah.
I'm taking environmental sciences.
Oh.
So kind of talk about clouds.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. All right.
Cole does great research for the podcast. I mean, for people who don't know.
Yes. That's what he does.
Yes. The research for podcasts is very organized, and he finds stuff that I hadn't found and sends it to me. He does a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here we are.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you you're fired shortly. Cole, I don't know how to say this to your face, but you are fired. Reading this from a comment.
I'll pack my bag.
It's your mom. Your mom wants you home now. If you don't, I'm just reading off the top. You got to go. Misty Watkins. Einstein said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand what you do. You don't understand what you do. I love that quote and shows that Nate shares that same philosophy for the entire podcast. Taking complex topics and simplifying them into comedy is pure gold. Good job, guys. This is off the bat, two pretty solid comments.
They love you.
I'll tell you that. These two people that get me, Steven and Misty, they get me. And Stephen J. Orlando, he owns Orlando. How about that? You know a guy owned that? All right. Philip Wolf. Carl Sagan was one of the weirdest dudes ever. I almost read like Carl was the commenter. Philip Wolf wrote this. Carl Sagan was one of the weirdest dudes ever. I was an electrician at Cornell where he was a professor. I worked at his house and had to have a conversation with him. He said he used to have aliens over for dinner. I said, can I meet them? And he said they would only talk to him and his family. I never did any work there again. Yeah. Don't ask him those, I'd imagine you can't, if you're having dinner with aliens and it's like, you're like, can I meet them? You're like, dude, I can't just bring another person in, you know?
Yeah, I'm on Carl's side on this.
Look how long we took to introduce Cole to this audience.
Yeah.
So imagine if we were having dinner with aliens. We can't just pop you over here.
No.
You know, we'd have to ease you in. Y'all talk about aliens in school?
No.
Man, why not?
Don't.
You ever raise your hand, just bring
It's
it
a
up?
little too. I think just try to keep it too serious in school. It's not.
They don't want to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you study aliens as a major?
I don't think so.
No, not yet.
That'd be fun.
Someday.
That'd be fun. Will you go to undergrad? Will you be undergrad and then you'll be done? Or you think you'll go to the overgrad?
It's like I have a doctorate in.
You want to go for a
alienology.
doctorate?
Yeah.
How far do you want to go to school?
I don't know. I think just masters actually.
Yeah.
Doctor's
that's
too
enough.
much work.
Well, yeah, he could be a doctor. He's smart enough.
Did you say doctorate?
No, doctorate.
No.
Doctorate. Okay.
So so you just get a master's and you don't really know what you want to do yet though, because you're senior in high school.
No, just some kind of business.
What if
but-
yeah, that's good. It's very broad. You're gonna go to college. I'd like to do business stuff. And think, all right, we'll take you. Do you have to pick? You don't have to pick now.
It's not like set in stone.
Yeah.
Like you have to like choose a major when you apply, but you can change it always.
So I always wanted to do like something with zoos, like work with animals. That's what I always thought.
Zoology.
Yeah, zoology. That's a dumb person. That's a person that's not going to school says that usually. Is that true? It's probably true.
Yeah.
I think because it was like when you don't know and you're like, well, I like
animals.
I like penguins. I like penguins, so I can go study them.
I like
That's
sports.
all we know how to like sports. Maybe do that. You watch Seinfeld?
I haven't. No.
Yeah.
I should.
You should.
I've heard it's great.
You know, your family's from. I mean, you're from New Jersey. That's your world. That's where you come from. It's your heritage. That's how you grew up. Probably got an aunt that was on the show.
Maybe.
Curtis Watkins. The number of possible chess positions is more than all the stars in the universe. There's a fun dinner fact for you. I guess because who'd say that at dinner? The Weber family. Number of possible chess positions is more than all the stars in the universe. But how? That means we have an exact number. Do they have an exact number of stars?
It's in the trillions, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Of different ways you can play. Do you play chess, Cole?
I know how to,
Yeah.
but
Don't play it. Is it like a smart thing?
yeah, it's a smart
Yeah.
thing. I guess you wouldn't know.
I play checkers.
Okay.
And we just I play checkers.
That's the dumb version.
That's the dumb version. I let them come back in. So once you
Yeah.
jump one, you're allowed to bring one back in. So that's even the dumber down version. And we do a triple where you get this triple one. He can go off the board a little bit. That's what we do. If you jump the thing and get 3, he can leave the board and come back on your side. It gets real dicey.
There's between 10 to the 111 and 10 to the 123 positions.
Oh, they're close though. That's good. How would they? That means they know the number, including illegal moves. Oh, okay. If you rule out illegal moves, why would you even? That's what that says. This is the Shannon number. So Shannon did this, and Shannon, typical Shannon, over here doing. She comes over doing cancer stuff, and Shannon goes, "I got a chess thing," and she represents all the possible move variations in the game of chess. It is estimated there are between 10 and 111. I don't even. What do you say?
Cole, can you explain that?
You know,
How do you say that?
I think it's 10 to the
I don't
111, right?
10 to the 111.
I think I'll learn that in college.
Yeah, it's not there. You're not there yet.
Not
That's
there
good.
yet.
That's a good answer. Good answer, Cole. Good answer.
Yeah.
10 to the 112th power and to the 123 power. And then you go, all right, that's cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yeah.
It's
a lot.
Jennifer Weiss. What was the deal with the star meter on IMDb? Aaron was at like 9 million. What was that being measured by? I was on the road, so I may have missed the explanation. I don't know why. Why was she on the road? That's she's like, I don't know. I was in and out. I was driving on the road. That's such a funny. She's like, you guys might have said it. I went in 8, and then when I got back, I missed the whole thing like that.
She let it roll.
She let it roll. I left my car running, and I went inside, and I got caught up in there for a while. What were you guys? I didn't think I wasn't going to go back. I was listening to it live.
I didn't want to hit rewind.
I was on the road, so I may have missed the explanation. It's the star meter on IMDb is it just ranks you like where you would be as a celebrity, basically, like a star. And so if you're doing a lot of stuff, if you're not doing any errands, 9 million. He's a guy, he's a comedian out with COVID. I mean, he's probably at 15 million now. He dropped big time. Bates raised up.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Cole, you're probably higher than you'd be in IMDb now as a celebrity.
Wow.
And I don't know what they base it on or who makes the decision.
Same, Shannon. Probably Shannon.
Shannon does it.
Shannon probably does all the star meter stuff too. She got into that.
I'm further down on IMDb than there are chess moves.
Yours is, you're like 10. You're like, that's good. Now that 111 up there, and you're like, oh man, it's such a big number that they have to put the other number up at the top.
Yeah,
that's how. Is it 10 to the 123rd power?
I think so. Yeah.
And so, what is that?
I think it would just be a bunch of.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Like that's when they don't even care. No one's writing that down in a real situation.
No.
So they just got it's so many numbers that you're like, just start putting them next to it. Like someone said that one time. They go, just put it on the top. They go, that's we're out of numbers. Now just start recounting, put it up at the top right.
Yeah.
Like a postage stamp. The Office episode. Paul Shepard. Nate is absolutely Michael Scott, and Breakfast is most definitely Toby. The relationship on this podcast usually plays out much like on The Office. Yeah.
I'd like to talk about a trial I was on with the Scranton Strangler.
You would. How excited would you be to be in a jury?
Oh, that'd be great.
You really like it?
I love it. No, I just got called first ever time in my life to jury duty, but I got out of it
because of COVID.
I was on the road.
Oh, you're on the road?
Yeah.
That's what you said. You and Jennifer. Y'all are on the road together. Yeah.
Jennifer's. I don't know what she did. She stopped at a Stuckey's, but I was like doing shows.
Yeah, Buc-ee's or Stuckey's. Buc-ee's is the big gas station we talk. No, is that what you meant? Or you meant Stuckey's?
No, I meant Stuckey's. I
was supposed to do it, and I got out because of COVID. Because they were like they didn't have it. Kind of worked out. I don't think I would mind it, but I don't know how much. I think I want it more than I think I would. Like Laura wants it. Laura would love it. They should just let people be like, who wants to do it? Because there's a lot of people that really want to do. Would you want to do jury duty?
No, I wouldn't.
You don't think it? Yeah.
It just doesn't sound that fun.
To judge a man and possibly put him life in prison or maybe death row.
Well, I can judge people all the time.
Yeah, you judge people for free. I'm doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Go on the internet and just
go on there and judge away. Why would I have to be locked in a room? Yeah, exactly.
If you didn't make people go, there's no way they'd have enough jurors.
Yeah, that is true. You got to make them go because you're going to have to go one day.
Unless it's just the same 12 people that go every one.
That they love it. Bet he didn't do it.
Next, bring it on.
Guy definitely did it. Rachel Poe. For clarification on the fitness orb popping by accident, the Office Ladies podcast explains that the orb was supposed to gradually deflate and Dwight would slowly sink to the ground. The prop master told him that the only way it would pop would be if John Krasinski hit it right on the seam. But that was nearly impossible to do. They had 14 orbs, and the first 13 takes went as planned. But on the final take, John hit it right on the seam and it popped. They ended up loving the accidental pop more than slowly deflating orb. So they put that in the episode instead. There you go.
Do you watch The Office?
I have. I've seen it all.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now we're talking.
What's your favorite episode?
I really like the older ones, like the first few seasons. Like Diversity Day.
The racist ones.
Yeah.
That's the one that got removed.
You can't really show that now, but
no, I'm sure you can probably mark a few of those colleges you wanted to go to off now.
They're like listening to this and be like, no, there goes your scholarship.
Of course, you like that one.
So long, Harvard.
I tell you what, my volunteer state's looking pretty good. Pride Rock 92. Unpopular opinion, but Michael Scott was always my least favorite part of the show. The Jim Dwight back and forth is what grabbed me from the jump. And the last 2 seasons are probably my favorite. It sounds like the guy, Pride Rock 92's version that wrote the last 2 seasons. I enjoyed watching both Jim and Dwight grow, and the characters that came from the reconfiguration are some of my favorites, like Robert California and Nate. Already anticipating no one having my back on this one. I mean, yeah, if you like it, dude, I get it. You know, I said I liked what's that movie? Fantastic Four that everybody hated. Watched it alone on a cruise ship. Thought it was great. And God, I was just talking about this weekend. I thought it was whichever one, because you're alone on this boat, and I think I get off the boat like ready to talk to people like, huh? How great was that Fantastic Four? And everybody was furious about this movie. And I was like, I thought it was great. So yeah, you like what you like. So yeah, it is funny. It's funny that you're like, you were wanted Michael Scott to get, you were like, finally.
Yeah, just gotta get him out of here.
Everybody's crying when he's leaving, and you're just standing up applauding. Your first episode was the first episode after he left. I like it. Angie, Nateland's version of Scott's Todd is Nate saying he'll play golf with us folks when invited. That could be true. That's very true. We'll get there. It's going to come back to me, and now they got to play 450 rounds. Like, what's that? That's very funny.
Yeah, it's a good example.
I will. Yeah, I want to. I did play. I played one, but I'm just not playing. I can't. It's winter.
You just start. Yeah, I just got through. Wait, no, I haven't been playing.
I haven't. I played when I get home, and I would like to play on the road. I do not have the time. It's just not. It's just so hard. That's it. That's the only reason. Jesse Mopin. Steve Carell had already been in Bruce Almighty, Anchorman, and the 40-year-old version before he played Michael Scott on The Office. He was already an A-list actor. Really?
He was in Bruce Almighty and Anchorman before The Office. I think 40-Year-Old Virgin came out between seasons 1 and 2 of The Office.
Yeah.
But 40-Year-Old Virgin is the first movie he starred in.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Almighty and Anchorman, he was a side character.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wouldn't call him an A-list actor when The Office started.
Well, Bruce Almighty, he was not the main person?
No, that's Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
He was the news anchor that...
Yeah. 40-Year-Old Virgin, he was the main person.
Yeah, but that came out, I think, after The Office. I think that was between seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah. With no reason to look it up. So,
that's what we said last week. I think I did look it up.
Oh. James Stogdeal. Since you guys talked about the proposal scene so much, I had to share. I planned to take my wife on a trip and stop at the Fairview gas station to propose. When I found out it was a fake set, I thought nothing would be more accurate than building it myself. So here's the photo of when I proposed to my wife. I made sure we watched that episode probably 5 times the month leading up to the proposal. For information, she said, FYI, she said yes. Here's the photo.
Yeah, there's
wow.
That's what he built.
How do you even?
That's what it looks like compared to.
Yeah, and look at it. He built it.
Yeah.
How do you even build that? You just got a spot for that?
I guess
how
so.
do you got to? That's it.
So in The Office, it says, "Please stop engine," and he put, "Please say yes" on that sign beside it. There.
Oh, please say yeah. Please stop the engine. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I mean, you guys probably from the South. No, it's not. There's not. Southern people, the only people that got something like that, they can do that too. Like, I feel like they're like Lebanon. He's like, where you go do it? He's like, I do it out back. You're like, I could build a gas station out back. Like, I don't know. He built a room. That's a whole room.
Yeah.
I mean, if he built it, maybe he did build that, or maybe he had the room. I mean, that's crazy, dude. Even if he built that whole room,
I don't know.
If he. Yeah, that's impressive.
I'm glad she said yes.
Yeah.
She said no, and he says, tear it all down. All right.
You just hear a tractor turn on, and it just comes through the back window, just smashes it. And then they go, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I hope you kept it up, That looks awesome.
Yeah, she let other people.
But if now that they're in their marriage and she's like, are you going to take that down? That was, that's like her thing. We could use it for a baby room. That'd be nice. Well, I have the baby sleeping there with the gas. Leanne Morgan episode. Dan Buell.
Dana, I think.
Dana. Dana Buell. That's a good name. This was the best episode to date. First, you guys are so genuine and sincere and want to make the best show for your fans, and it shows. I think that is why you're all such fan. I think that is why you are all such fan favorites. I agree. You know, it's funny to her to say that, and then Aaron's not even here. So now you see who wants to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Even Cole cares more than Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Cole has COVID too. All right. Tales from the Crypto. All right. Leanne Morgan is great. I'm from Canada, and after listening to her on the show for 2 hours, I was saying y'all and telling people at my work that they were from heaven. I think I called my boss a darling, precious angel at one point. Yeah, she's the best, man. I mean, it's just the sweetest, and that's how she talks.
A lot of people were commenting in her tone, and it is very contagious. I find myself after hanging out with her a while, you start talking like her.
It's very nice. I think I should go vacuum their car. That's what I mean, it's just very sweet. Funny comment.
I'm with Leanne this weekend. Can I promote that show?
Oh, yeah.
I'm with her in Norfolk, Virginia. I hope I'm saying that right.
Norfolk.
Norfolk?
I think it's close enough.
Okay.
I don't think that's one that you're like, I think, a different name would be Wichita might be like, YGT. And they'd be like, I hope I'm saying it right. You were close to that.
Close enough. That's on
Norfolk.
Friday, Tyson's Corner, Virginia on Saturday, and Reading, Pennsylvania on Sunday.
There you go. Cole, you got class this week?
Yeah, school starts on Wednesday, so
Where are you going to be? What's your first class? Just tell everybody
guitar.
where you're going to be.
Guitar?
Guitar?
Yeah.
What time's that?
It's at like 7:45.
7:45. You want to see Cole? Go to guitar, 7:45.
Ravenwood High School.
Ravenwood High School, Brentwood, Tennessee.
What's the next
37027.
Yeah. What's the next?
I got accounting.
Accounting. Right
Accounting
after that.
1.
So pick what you want to go to. What if people don't want to get up to that early and they want to come in later in the day?
Come in later.
What's the last one?
I got AP Environmental Sciences.
Whoa, there it is.
Yeah.
That might be a good one.
2:00.
What do y'all just look out? Y'all like cut the grass or something?
Pretty much. Take pictures of trees. And,
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. 7:45. You're playing guitar.
Yeah.
God.
But is that good, though, that you ease into the day with that? And
Yeah,
then
I love having it as my first class.
Yeah.
And I already know how to play guitar, and it's a beginner's class. So it's like,
Why'd you take it? Just
because I needed art credit.
Because it's
Yeah.
7:45 in the morning.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
There's a meet and greet afterwards.
Do you have to bring the guitar to school, or is it just stay
Yeah.
there?
Well, you can leave it there, but I'd take it home on the weekends and stuff.
Yeah, and play at home.
Well, not really.
No. So you could play like you're just in this beginner's class. Shouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
You should have. What's another art that you could have taken? What did you almost take?
Like regular art, like painting and
Oh yeah,
drawing
you
and
thought,
stuff.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
So I'll do guitar. Is it like a electric guitar, or is it?
No, it's acoustic, but you can bring, like, if you have an electric, you can bring it. So I haven't brought it yet, but
Y'all just do like Dave Matthews Band all day long?
Yeah.
no.
Are you better than the
There.
teacher?
No, he's way better.
He's good.
Yeah.
And then so you're gonna be in college. You'll be that you get to sit there and
Yeah.
someone's gonna be like, oh, like
You're the guy at the party.
you're the guy at the party. You're like, Cole, play guitar, and you're like, I don't. All right, I'll try a little bit,
And you just
come
pull it out
just
for
pull it
behind.
out, yeah, behind the back. And you tell them I took guitar beginners class
Yeah.
senior year. There you go. We locked up with the ladies, Cole. Tell you what, Liza Martinu or Liza Martinu. Liza, that's probably Liza. I recently started listening to Nateland podcast from the beginning and just finished the 38 Alabama episode where Nate was quitting soda. I am pre-diabetic on the verge of becoming full-blown diabetic. I was feeling overwhelmed because of how I would have to change my lifestyle drastically with no end in sight. Y'all talked about giving up things and holding each other accountable. And I thought to myself, if Nate can do it, I can do it. So here I go, starting my gluten-free, dairy-free, sugar-free, soda-free, joy-free life. Also, I'm more than a year behind on the podcast, so I guess I'll find out if Nate succeeded in giving up soda. Liza, bless your heart. You're a precious angel. And I mean,
Look, it still worked because by the time she gets up to current,
yeah,
she's already done it.
she's already done it. So you're already here, and you're looking at me going, I was pre-diabetic. Now I'm on the verge of becoming full. I might be full blown by the time you get to this point.
Well, I was going to say you helped her, but I guess
Yeah.
two episodes after that, you were off it. So she'll find out pretty
Liza-
quick.
Well, she's at 38. What episode is this?
We're at 80
Oh my goodness.
or 79.
So Liza, if you're watching this right now, and it's probably a year, 50. It'll be a year
She
from now.
said she was a year behind.
So a year from now, if you're watching this and you're just getting to this naturally at your own pace, I let you down. And I hope you stuck to it, Liza. I'm sure you did. That would make me, nothing would make me happier than Liza. Do it. I got to go do it, Liza, because I think I got to start now because I think I've got big problems. I got big sugar problems. And so going forward, I will be talking about what I'm having to do. Starting now. I think I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to, yeah. So that's, such an uplifting. She's going to do it. Liza, I'm talking to you from the future, and you did it. Congratulations. And hopefully by the time you caught up to this, I've already got mine. So now we're actually still, me and Liza we're on the same page more than she even realizes. That we, she's going, that's great. Cole, when you go lose weight?
I need to gain weight. Not lose weight.
You run. You're in cross country, right?
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. Why not? Done with it?
The season ended in like late October.
So, I was talking to your dad. How many miles did you run this year? Wait, could you guess how many miles do you think he would have ran this year?
I don't know much about how long you run in cross country. So
just miles. Well, how long is a cross country race?
It's a 5K.
5K. 5,000 miles. Go ahead.
So this year,
it's not 5,000 miles. What
3.1 miles?
3.1
yeah,
miles.
that's right.
And this is for just this year?
Yeah. But outside of the racing, what
like
you have
practicing
to do, practicing
and
everything.
Yeah.
I'll say 300 miles.
It's not it.
What is it?
So I ran about 1,300 miles this year.
1,300 miles.
And that was from January to the end of October.
Yeah, he stopped running.
Yeah.
1,300 miles.
How far would that be across the U.S.?
A half.
Like
3,000 miles
probably.
is total.
Is what the U.S. is?
Yeah. So you ran half the country.
Wow.
Yeah. Does it feel bad that you ran that much and you're still here?
It does feel bad, actually.
Yeah. You should be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that. That's why I don't run. Kind of feels pointless.
Yeah.
He would leave and go run. I'd see him, I mean, if you ran it in the afternoon, I'd see him. I never see you in the morning. I think I've seen you in the morning. Like if I'd go to an early airport, for some reason I had to get up, I'd see you walk out there and be like, all right, there you go. Did you go do cross country in college or are you done?
No, I'm done.
We think you're run forever. I mean, your dad ran, your brother runs, like you're a running family, kind of, would you think you think you'd just be casually running or you're
probably, yeah.
Like do you run marathons?
I've done a half marathon, but
yeah.
You could do a whole one.
I probably could, but you're not like supposed to. Like when you're younger, it's bad for you.
Yeah.
So maybe when I'm older, I'll try one. But
who decided that? Don't listen to these people.
But what could you run a half? What would you do a 5K in?
My fastest?
Yeah.
So my fastest is 17 minutes and 16 seconds.
I don't know if I could drive that. I think if you told me if you live 3 miles away and you can get over here in 15 minutes, I'd be like, I don't know. And you would do better running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
You do need to gain some weight. How are you going to gain weight? You're going to just
eat more.
Get after it?
Yeah.
You got to eat. Put some weight on you.
Mm-hmm.
Bill O'Sullivan, male nurse here. There's an easy blood test to see if Nate has type 2 diabetes. The test is called A1C, and it measures what your average blood sugar has been over the last 3 months. If your test results is less than or equal to 5.6, it's normal. 5.7 is 6.4 is pre-diabetes. Over 6.5 is full-blown diabetes. Given that Nate is the greatest average American, my bet is that he has full-blown diabetes. Let's go, folks, to get our blood test. So you can just go buy that at the store.
I guess.
Yeah, I'll buy one tonight. I was supposed to go to physical tomorrow, but I couldn't because I'll be at the Tonight Show. Everybody, if you're watching this, it comes out Wednesday. I will be on the Tonight Show that night. So I want to go do this to see if I have it. I could. Why do they call it full-blown diabetes? Like, does that feel aggressive?
Don't mess around. Like, I don't know.
But you should be like, that sounds, not as, like pre-diabetes.
Feels like you could still go either way, pre-diabetes.
Yeah. that's true. But then it's like now you got it full blown. You're like, well, then what are you supposed to just kill yourself now? Like it's just, you're pointless. There's no reason to even live. You're full blown diabetes. Can you get rid of it? No.
I'm gonna guess you're double digits.
I'm above 6.4.
Yeah, I'm thinking you're about a 12.
Yeah, it could be, man. It was, I just can't. It's bad. I think I'm gonna talk about it on Tonight Show. It just I can't. Like it's just too much. I'm full blown addicted. I got to be addicted to sugar, and it's bad. So me and Liza, I got to get off sugar. I'm gonna see if I can do it. It's no good. Get into sugar. Gain some weight on you. You're young. Not bad to get into it right now. All you gotta do is stop it when you're like 45, 42, something like that. I'm 42, so you just have to quit it then.
Yeah.
You have a good run at it. What are you? It's 18, 17?
18.
18.
Yeah.
Get after it, man. You're skinny. You're probably gonna be fine. Yeah. You like candy?
Yeah.
What kind? You
Well,
chocolate guy? You're a
Nah, not
Sour
really.
Patch guy?
I do love Sour Patch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. They're good. Aaron J., can we get an update on Brian's health? Because I've been concerned since the awesome baby news combined with the I might be having a stroke, followed by we still don't know what the diagnosis is. Praying all is well. Bates.
Well, thank you, Aaron, for asking, because these guys have not.
No.
Way to go, Cole. Still trying to figure it out. I've been to numerous doctors. My doctor thought I had multiple sclerosis.
Oh, really?
Which I was like, Doc, Nate is not going to be able to pronounce that. So he said, just say MS.
Oh, he thought you had MS?
They did.
Wow.
Yep. But now the neurologist doesn't think that's the case. Oh, boy. I think I'm having a stroke.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all saw that too?
Yeah, the light went out.
Okay. I was like, man, it's happening right now.
Yeah. You go, what's that? Everything's normal.
Neurologist does not think it's that. It's not really sure what it is. I go tomorrow for MRI.
Tomorrow? That's not good.
I'm also having a stroke.
Yeah.
Lights are going out. I can't talk.
Yeah.
But I go tomorrow for an MRI. Hopefully we'll find something from that. But
and the MS sounds like the guy didn't even really do a test. He just had it. You walked in, you said the symptoms. He goes, sounds like MS. Didn't even look at you. And you go, what? And he goes, I shouldn't be saying that out loud.
Yeah. So I don't think it's that. I mean, neurologists really couldn't find anything. So if the MRI shows nothing, then
could be diet.
That was the first thing they looked at was my diet and did blood work. Thought it could be a vitamin deficiency or something, but that all came back good. Could just be I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit the Wolford Brimley Cocoon line. You know what that is?
No.
In the movie Cocoon, which was about old people that found the fountain of youth, Wilford Brimley was 50 years old in like 9 months in that movie. So now that's a whole thing where anytime an actor hits that, like Tom Cruise is way past that now.
Yeah.
Wilford Brimley, you thought he was an old guy then, but so now that's a whole thing, the Wolford Brimley Cocoon line. So right now you'd have to be born
April 11th, 1971.
Yeah, April 11th, 1971. So I'm going to hit that here in a few months. If you were born today, you don't hit it till 2072. But that's like a whole thing now when actors or anyone hits the Wolford Brimley Cocoon line.
Wow.
So.
And what do they just say that? And
because it's usually now Tom Cruise, I feel like, was the first one really people pointed out, because he's still starring in all these Mission Impossibles.
Yeah.
And Wolford Brimley was playing a really old man.
Yeah.
And was now younger than him. And now it's just kind of kept going.
Well, you got to think of the health of it all is just, you look at, people are just in shape now. And then now, they had to look at these athletes. Look at Tom Brady. People stay in shape now. It's not like the old, everybody's learning more about stuff. Everybody, I think, eats. Probably, the people that end up being more conscious about their health.
Mm-hmm.
And so they just end up not being, the same old is not the old.
But he was much older. He was 20 years younger than all the other actors then. He just looked old.
Yeah.
He just died a few years ago.
Yeah.
And that movie came out in the mid-'80s.
Yeah.
But so that's what's with me. Baby doing good. Due April 8th, but the doctor said she'll probably come mid-March.
Oh, yeah. March 25th?
Maybe. That would be great if it waited that long. But but they always throw something crazy at you to scare you to death. And then they'll say, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll go in one week and they were like, well, we found a hole in her heart.
Yeah.
It's the real thing. We freaked out about it. And then they're like, it's nothing to worry about. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
It usually heals itself. The next week we went in, they said, it's not there anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
This past week, they're like, so if she doesn't have a nasal bone, we'll blah, blah, blah. And we're like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah. And we're like, she doesn't have a nasal bone? They're like, well, we're not sure. We can't see it on the ultrasound. But they said, that's not a problem. She said, a lot of people do not have nasal bones.
Oh, wow.
And they don't even know it because most of your bone is just skin tissue.
Yeah.
And she said it'll affect her none
Yeah.
if that's the case. I mean, I hope she has one.
Yeah.
But they always scare us to death.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
some,
You see, like, why would you tell me that? I guess.
or at least tell me up front, this is
Yeah.
nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But this. They tell you that, and then they tell you
Yeah.
nothing to worry about.
Yeah. You don't know a nasal bone sounds like it's important.
It does sound like it's important. I'm still kind of holding out hope that she has one.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's measuring very, very small in the 1 percentile right now,
Yeah,
but they
all
think
right.
she's going to be all right.
It's a lot of people that end up being in that percentile. You know,
They end up being in it?
They go back to it. Cole's in it right now.
Yeah.
How's it feel? 1 percentile.
Doesn't feel good.
No, she'll be all right. A lot of people are born, you know, and they all come up great,
Yep.
come big.
Yep.
Didn't Tintio? He was, you know,
Was he?
I don't know, but something probably. I think she'll be Tim Tebow. Yeah, I'm sure.
Same body type?
Same body type. Yeah, no nasal bone. Jimmy Dorsey. I bought. What if she doesn't have a nasal bone? No one ever would have known except you talked about it on this podcast. And now she's 18. She's like,
Just ruined her life.
yeah. She's like, well, no one, you know, the nasal bone thing. I didn't even know didn't have one. Now the whole school knows. Jimmy Dorsey. I bought my wife tickets for the Austin show. Luckily, she's just as big a fan as I am. Christmas morning arrives and the time comes for presents. Before she opens any of hers, she wants me to open one of mine. 2 tickets to see Bargatze in Austin in February. After I got over my initial confusion, all I could do was just smile and hand my wife her next gift. We now have 4 tickets to your Austin show. Not even different shows. We both went for the 9:30. So long story short, she and I will sing Nate from Orchestra Row C, and somewhere back in row X will be 2 of my wife's friends who apparently have never heard of him. All right.
That's pretty
It's a
great.
big, yeah, it's a good griff. I wonder who got who bought the better tickets.
I bet she did.
Yeah. Yeah, you think?
Well,
Orchestra Row C. I think I would be the one that buys the better tickets than my wife.
2 of the wife's friends are an ex, so
But-
probably that's the one the wife bought.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Whereas, yeah, C is great.
Yeah. He's like,
Yeah,
ex. Are
Yeah.
you kidding
X,
me?
Are we even going? There you go. Andy Burns. Having 4 young kids, my wife Michelle and I agreed not to spend much on each other for Christmas this year. An agreement we make annually and then predictably break. This year, we mutually violated a no-spending contract by unknowingly both purchasing each other a pair of tickets to Nate's upcoming show. I'm really looking forward to seeing the show with my best friend. Plus, it'll be cool knowing Michelle's there somewhere to see you in Pensacola. Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna just go with them and just split them up. I mean, that's a good thing with. I think marriage a lot. You could just go with your buddy. Cole, you think about getting married?
Someday.
Yeah.
Not soon, but
Before you get out of high school, you want to lock it down?
no, I don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah, I've been with my wife since I was in high school, but I get it.
He got married in high school.
No, I've been with my wife since I was 21. So, but yeah, my parents were 7th grade.
Yeah.
You've really offended a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now you're too cool. Now you're young. That's you guys you're gonna wait forever. That's the new thing.
Yeah.
Now it seems crazy to get married in your 20s, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna do what I did?
I don't know. You gonna wait that long?
We'll see.
Yeah. You got a lot.
I got more important things to focus on right
He
now.
might be retired though. He's just getting started.
Yeah.
Jacob Shipley. On Christmas morning, I'm opening up presents in front of my wife and my in-laws. Inside a small bag from my wife is a note that says we're going to Nate's show in Kansas City in January. We have 2 kids under 2, so 2 nights out are few and far between. I'm so excited. I say to my wife, "You're kidding, right? No way. Are you serious right now?" My mother-in-law starts crying. based on my reaction, she was convinced it must be a pregnancy announcement. She was heartbroken that it was tickets to see some dumb comedian. Had to take a Christmas intermission for her to get a Kleenex and calm down. She may be bummed that she's not getting another grandkid, but I'm pretty stoked about the tickets. That's awesome. You got to go explain that. I mean, she was like, "It's happening," and then just going to this show. I get it. I'll be your grandchild. You want me to come over? Just eat out of the refrigerator, Just come again. You got Sonny D in here.
What do you got in here, Sonny D?
What do you got, Sonny? You ever drink Sonny D?
I have.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. They still have it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. I do want to talk. We're going to talk about this, and then we'll have Sonny on. I ended up watching. You ever watch Hallmark Channel, Cole? You even know what it is? It's usually an older,
I know what it.
Yeah, it's an older lady channel.
Yeah.
It's. Is it? I don't know.
I think more women watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You really.
Oh yes. I really trash it. Well, they got me. All right. It's an old lady Nate channel. It was on our TV all weekend. And this past over Christmas, I've watched a few of them because it's like you can start them and it's hard to. It's just these movies that are the actors are always really good in them. And then the story's just it's very pleasant and there's enough that you're like, well, I want to see what's going to happen, and you end up just going and kind of keep going and seeing what's going to happen. I get it. I think I get it. I get how you could watch them. They're just very comforting. It's it's easy to watch. So I was watching this one and. This blew me away about making when they make TV shows or movies. So just play it, and you'd have to be able to see this if you go to YouTube and check it out. So drives up, right?
Yep.
Middle of the road. She's going to meet this guy. You're hoping they get together. Okay, you can pause it there. So what do you notice about that scene?
Park the car in the road.
She just left the car in the road. She walks. Oh, he's standing in a parking spot. If you go back to it, she turns down a road. That's a regular road. Turns down the road, gets out. He's like, "Hey, good to see you." And she just goes, "What are you doing?" And then leaves the car in the middle of the road and walks through the parking spot. Not even, they sit down. They're not even, there's no fear. There's no worry of like, let me move the car real fast. I feel awkward. It's in the middle of the road. She's just like, how you doing? She gets out of the car and the truck is even parked. You could move the truck out of the scene and I would probably be okay with it. But the fact that you have a truck parked, now the whole road is blocked. In this magical town, like I always think when they make these, does someone there not go, hey, she just got out of the car and left. This is back to you got to have normal people at things. And you should have a normal person at every set that just goes, but why did she leave her car in the middle of the road? And they go, you know what? That's why you're here to help us. Cause we're just actors and we don't drive cars. That's what you see all that sometimes in like acting. You see like them shoot basketball and then you'll be like, it looks like they've never seen a basketball before. You're like, did you have a childhood? Like sometimes these actors, you're like, I always thought if I had to play basketball in a movie, I would look like I knew how to play basketball.
John Krasinski was very good.
Very good at basketball. Yeah. They all look like they knew how to play. Like Michael Scott didn't, and that was the whole point.
Right.
But it's like the other ones all kind of new. And you can tell when they get the ball and you're like, I mean, I don't think, did they have, like, what did they do as a kid, Could you play basketball?
As a kid, yeah.
But like if you were acting in a show, you could probably do enough or did it look bad?
No, it looked good.
It looked good. Yeah, that's what I mean. Would you leave a car out on the road like that?
No.
As an actor, would you go, I'm uncomfortable just walking away from this car? Would you feel that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you go, should I pull it over to the side? I guess they're saying maybe there's no way for her to have got out of the car, And
I think they're implying that she did pull over to the side. There's some snow on each side.
No, the end of it. So look, she gets here.
Yeah.
She just leaves it. I mean, at least park it over on that side, like you park it on a 2-lane road. But she leaves it. But I kept watching this.
Mm-hmm.
When she leaves, she goes back to the car that's in the road. And then you see a car behind her come.
Okay.
So the car's on the road. And that one's there. Like, I get maybe she should have come in the back way, or they didn't want to show her back end and stuff like that. But just I think sometimes they could be making this and they're like, well, you want to fix it? And they're like, I mean, like one guy will care and it'll be me.
Yeah.
And then they're like, that guy doesn't need to be on this channel anyway. And this is how they get me off the channel. That's like, yeah.
You're the only person.
I'm the only person. I walk in, I go to one book club with my wife's friends, and then I get kicked out because I'm like George Costanza when he goes to that book club.
I was thinking about when on The Office
Yeah.
when they had the book club and Jim wanted to join and
Yeah.
he just made fun of him.
Yeah. And they made him leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Cars in the road. I mean, they're possibly going to date, They're going to maybe get married. How could you marry a woman that I would never... I would be 10 years into that marriage. And I go, why did you leave that car in the road? There's other people drive. I mean, it's a busy town.
Yeah.
Why would you not move it? Do you think you would, could you get past that? You don't think you
Cannot.
could? Would it stick with you or would you move on?
I think it would stick with me.
Yeah.
I think it'd bother me.
It'd bother you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You think you'd be fine with it? You park right behind her. Like, I think you'd pull in.
You're such George Costanza now when Susan, talk about the
stalls.
Stalls. He was
Yeah.
trying to convince Jerry, like you wouldn't move it. She wanted to move on.
Well, I don't even know how does he not even, as he's holding the coffee, he's like, I got your coffee. And she does it. And he goes, hey, here, hold this coffee. I'm going to go ahead and move your car out of the road for you because that's insane. She just gets out and strolls like, nothing. Even as that guy, he sits down with her and he doesn't think, you know what, maybe they're meant for each other because they don't realize their whole relationship is just, they just get out of cars and just anywhere. They should have more movies. They're just in the middle of a highway and they're just interstate. They just will get out. They got to run away, and they're like, where's the car? Like, I don't know. They left it in the middle of the road. It's crazy.
You should watch every Hallmark movie and just analyze it.
Just
People
find one
play by
thing.
play. I looked up who's been in the most. It's the girl from Full House,
Yeah.
Candace Cameron Burr. Is that how you say her
Yeah.
name? She's been in 29 of them.
Wow. Yeah. She was in another one that I watched. Yeah. They're great. I mean, they're just very pleasant. They're nice. I don't mind them I get it. The car thing I didn't care for, but it was, just couldn't get past that. But besides that, because the lady's a nice lady. And it's like, then she now is not a nice lady to me because she left her car in the middle of the road. Like you turns the whole character. I couldn't believe it. Like, why would anybody want to date her?
Yeah.
And why would anybody want to date that guy? Because that guy just lets that happen. How does he not? The next scene should be him going, hey, dude, did you see her come? Like they should have someone behind her honking. And then she goes, oh, sorry, there's a parking spot right there. I just left it out. I saw you. I was excited to see you. I mean, if she parks there, gets out, grabs the coffee, thanks for the coffee, and gets back in the car, I'm fine with it. At least even do at least just a little jerk to the left. Like I think she just stays exactly straight. Like she doesn't, there's not even a little, just a little nod to the left of being like, I gave it a shot.
Did you watch this with Laura?
No, I watched them all alone.
It's so funny. It's supposed to get you the true spirit of Christmas.
Yeah.
And you're just furious at this lady.
I think I'm in the true spirit. I don't think she is. She's the one leaving the car, and that's the Grinch right there. Doesn't care. Just leaves it in the. All right. Cole, thanks for people wanted to see you. No one knew you existed till now, but now they know, and they know you're there. You can go check them out at Ravenwood.
How long will you keep interning with us?
Until I go to college, probably.
Till enough's enough.
Can you keep going? Like if you're at Harvard, could I email you? Cole, could you look up why spiders?
Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
You might have to
We've already
start
done
giving
Pennsylvania.
me.
That was his first one.
Oh yeah. Why our school bus is yellow? That's one we looked up.
Yeah.
You looked that up?
I didn't.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell me?
What? Nah. Is it a lot?
No, it's pretty simple.
Okay. What is it?
It's just the most eye-catching color.
Yeah.
Is school bus yellow. That's like a real color. It's not yellow and it's not orange. It's a combination of the two.
Yeah.
It's called school bus yellow. Some guy did the research, but most people think red's the most eye-catching color because
I think it blended in with trees,
stoplights and stuff. But they said yellow catches your eye even more.
Yeah, I could see that.
And it really works well, like with the black lettering.
During the fall, New York, upstate, got a red school bus. Drive right through it. If you look in the trees, you think it blends in. It wouldn't make sense.
And
if she had a red, that'd stick out there. That's a green. She drove a green something.
Yeah, that car's kind of stuck out more ways than one.
The car stuck out. Her attitude sticks out. His attitude sticks out. The whole thing's a major problem. This town probably wants them to be gone. Thrilled for them to be gone. Candace Cameron wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do something like that.
No.
She would have called it. She said, I can't just leave the car out in the middle. She's like, why don't they just have her walk up? Why don't she just have her be parked on the side down the street? She gets out of her car and walks up. Move that red truck and have her parked there, and she gets out and walks around. Just show her go up, backed in, and then they did it. I don't know.
Aaron's okay, by the way. He's being very just nice and cautious not to come in.
I thought he died.
No, he's fine. He's just on the tail end of the incubation period or whatever it is. It's called. Not incubation. I don't know. Whatever it is, he's fine.
Okay.
He'll be back next week.
All right. He'll be back. All right. Yeah. Well, here's Sonny Gray. Cole, thanks for all your help. Let us know when you go choose colleges. We're going to let you pick
I will.
We're going to do hats.
Yep.
Might do 7 hats.
It'll be fun.
It'll be fun. Our new partner has a product I've started using every day. I started taking Athletic Greens because I do not eat the best, as we've mentioned many times on this. I'm trying to be more healthy, like everybody is, and thought this would be a great start to the morning. I need the vitamins. I don't think I do vitamins like I should. So what is this stuff? With 1 scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens. 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 You get the. I didn't even say. If you can't say it, I imagine you need it. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. All the things. The taste is great and easy to start your day with. I do 1 scoop of powder with water and then shake it and drink it. Very easy. The travel packs are great for when I'm on the road. It contains less than 1 gram of sugar, no GMOs, no nasty chemicals or artificial anything. It still tastes good. Recommended by professional athletes and trusted by leading health experts such as Tim Ferriss and Michael Gervais. Right now, it is time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition, especially heading to the flu and cold season and with everything else. Your immune system, you need it tight and ready. It is just 1 scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills, supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Nate. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/Nate to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Also, guys, give Keeps a try. I think it seems very easy, but Bates wish he would have done it earlier. It is a new year. It's a great time to try something new. No in-person doctor visit. Keeps is delivered right to your house at a very affordable price. If you notice thin hair, then now is the time to go online and look at their before and after photos, and you can see for yourself what Keeps does. More than 50 million in the U.S. suffer from male pattern baldness. I see you see young people in high school. Like my Travis got it in high school. It's just get ahead of it right now. Keeps offers a simple, stress-free way to keep your hair. There are only 2 FDA-approved medications that can prevent hair loss, and Keeps offers both of them. They have virtual doctor consultants and medications delivered straight to your door every 3 months, so you don't have to leave home. It's in discreet packaging. No one knows. The treatment started at only $10 per month, and Keeps offers generic versions. Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors. Prevention is key. Treatment can take 4 to 6 months to see results, so go ahead and act fast on it. Get ready. Do it now. If you're ready to take action, prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/Nate to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/Nate to get your first month free. Keeps.com/Nate. Finally, if you've been listening to this show for a while, you've probably heard me talk about our Helix mattress. We love it. We've had a lot of people sleep on it. We've slept on it. We're big fans. Well, Helix has left the bedroom and started making sofas and more. They just launched a new company called Allform. They are already making the best sofas we have ever seen. We have one. Allform is the easiest way you can customize a sofa using premium materials and at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores. You can pick a fabric which is spill, stain, and scratch resistant, the color of the legs, sofa size, and shape to make sure it is perfect for you and your home. All-Form sofas are also delivered directly to your home with fast, free shipping. Sofas can take weeks or months to arrive, and you need someone to put it together. All-Form takes just 3 to 7 days to arrive, and you can assemble it yourself. No tools needed. For the office, we have the armchair with the sand fabric with the natural wood legs. I love it. I sit in it. As I always say, that's where Laura yells at me. If getting a sofa without trying it in the store sounds a little risky, you get 100 days to decide if you want to keep it. That's more than 3 months. That's a long time. And if you don't love it, they will pick it up for free and give you a full refund. They even offer a forever warranty, literally forever. I really think that's awesome. Find your perfect sofa or chair. Check out allform.com/Nate. And Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/Nate, ALLFORM.com/Nate for your new favorite sofa. That's 20% off all orders at allform.com/Nate. All right, what's up, everybody? So we have, Bates obviously here, and then here's Sonny Gray filling in for Aaron Weber.
You think anyone would have noticed?
What do they think Aaron's lost this much weight? And they're like, man, Aaron is doing great.
So you're being nice because...
So I'm in Aaron's spot right now. This is his seat?
Aaron's spot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you're him. You're the third co-host of this podcast.
Yeah.
You're the first time we've ever done this, where we've had one person out here and we have right? And
Mark Norman.
Oh, yeah. Yes, that's true. We're trying to get Aaron out of the podcast. So we're just trying different people.
I've missed one.
Yeah, Bates has missed one. I've missed none.
Well.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I would like to. No, I'd like to see what y'all just talk about. Well, we're glad you're here. Sonny Gray, everybody knows, pitcher for the Reds, Cincinnati Reds. Played at Vanderbilt and local from Smyrna,
S-Town.
old school Smyrna.
Yeah.
They have like a sign with your name at Smyrna. You have like when you drive in, it's like home with Sonny Gray.
Everybody always said that.
did?
Everybody always said that there was one, but no, it's just they do have 2 high school state football championship signs, both entrances, the entrance in and the entrance out.
Are they one of yours?
They're the 2 that we won when we were there.
That you
Smyrna,
have
that we
as a team.
but yeah.
What position did you play football?
Quarterback.
So you were just a star quarterback too. Could you went and played quarterback in college?
If I wasn't 5'10", maybe. But
Drew Brees 5'10". Is he just that much better than you?
It's so much better
Probably.
than me.
Yeah.
How far can you throw? How far can you throw a football?
How far can you throw it? Oh yeah.
About 10 yards right now because my shoulder.
How far could you have, like
in high school? A high school football, probably 65 yards.
Yeah, that's good.
65 yards.
High school football smaller?
It's smaller than it's skinnier than a college ball, and it's just overall smaller than an NFL ball.
What about a women's ball? I don't know if there's women's
I don't
ball.
know. I don't know.
What about a child's ball? How far do you think you could throw?
One of those little balls those little Nerf balls that have the Nerf and then it has the thing in the back
with the arrow.
You could throw, with the things. You could throw that 100 yards.
Yeah.
You could throw that end zone to end zone.
Could you throw from the warning track to home?
In the air?
Yeah.
Right now with a crow, with like a running start and a crow hop. I don't know if I could get it all the way there, like right now.
A hop.
Yeah,
but you could
one hop. Probably. We never tested like that being pitchers. We would always throw from foul pole to foul pole.
Yeah.
So we would throw across the outfield. But you could get it foul pole to foul pole back in college when we long tossed all the time, and then right after.
What's the point of long tossing? You always see people warm up. I see when you go warm up. When I've been to watch you and y'all get real far away from it. Is it just like good for you to do that?
It's if you believe it, it's good for you. But I mean, it's different. It's like it's a philosophy that I liked because we would always go out real far and then come back in, and it would be long toss and then compress your throws and take the energy that you had from 300 feet and condense it down to 60 feet and do the same thing that you were doing at 300 at 60 and just continue to, I don't know, and then the ball should jump out. It's kind of like throwing a weighted ball or something.
Yeah.
It was like the old school weighted ball.
Okay.
Now it's all weighted ball. Throw weighted balls and do this, and then
Yeah.
throw a baseball.
There was a pitcher who got pulled a year or two ago, and he got mad and threw the ball from the mound into the stands.
Do it out of center field?
Yeah. And I was impressed he could do that.
I played with him, actually. Yeah. I
Oh,
played
really?
with
Who
him.
was it?
Trevor Bauer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He played for the Reds.
He played for the Reds.
That happened recently.
It happened this last year with the Indians.
Yeah.
It happened when
Okay.
he was with the Indians. And then he played for the Reds after that. But we played high school. We played high school summers together, and then came full circles. We're drafted in the same draft class, so we always kind of knew each other. And then he came up in Cleveland. I came up in Oakland, and then we crossed paths there in the middle. And then we came to the Reds in the middle. So yeah, he was there for like a year and a half. He everyone always gives him crap for that. They always like. So tell me about that time you threw the ball over center field.
Is it just like they're?
It's impressive.
Yeah. Is it? You're just in that moment. You're just mad. You don't care.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably
Well, it's like your moment here of Sonny Gray rubs his behind.
Gray rub his butt on the mound. Here's some unintended effects of the MLB foreign sub.
What was that for?
Gray was at bat the previous inning, and he clearly has something on his butt.
Yeah, so I was hitting, and the
The
umpire.
Reds wanted to make sure everything was cool, so they had Lance Barrett go in the dugout to check him out. Of course, I'm hoping it's pine tar. The solution they came up with to cure this sticky situation was to have him rub his butt on
That's
the mound.
like you did it so quick.
So I'll tell you what happened. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Then they show a dog doing it. It's just like Sonny just going rubbing it. Sonny, did put the mute.
So I was in. I was hitting, and then I came back to the dugout, and I kind of ripped my hand, and I had pine tar all over. I mean, with the new sticky stuff, can't have any sticky stuff, or you get kicked out for 10 games. So I kind of was like, oh no,
Yeah.
what are we gonna? And so I told the manager, I told David, and I was like, hey, I got pine tar everywhere, and the umpire came over, and he did this, and he's like, you got to change your pants. I was like, change my pants? Like, I got to go out and pitch right now.
Yeah.
So you want me to just say, hey, time out? Like the pitcher had to go change his pants?
Yeah.
So I was like, so then I just kind of like laughed at him, and I picked up some dirt and I just rubbed it on there, and they were still talking. I just ran to the mound. I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm not changing my pants. That's not happening.
Yeah.
I'm out. So I run to the dirt and I say, hey. And the umpire looked at me, and I sat down on the mound and I rubbed dirt all over it. And I said, is this good? Is this good? And that's kind of like where he was at. And he started laughing and was like, thumbs up. But he told me, he said, he was like, I'm cool if you keep it there as long as you don't go to it.
Yeah.
And I said, I promise you I won't go to it unless stuff hits the fan, then I'm gonna be all over it. I'm gonna be all over it because I'm gonna need it. But I don't know, man. When I go blank, you came to me with that Vandy that one time. You just go blank and you just
Yeah.
do stuff like this.
So you can have pine tar on for a bat, but you can't. The pitcher can't have it. So if you grab a bat, so your bat can't have pine tar on it.
I mean, it can if you wear bat and gloves
Yeah.
and stuff, but
So pine tar, that's so crazy that you can't use it, but it's that much in the locker room.
it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Is it just sticky in a dugout? Is it just
Sticky.
just very sticky everywhere you go? You're like, you just feel like,
it's just
yeah.
dirt,
You
stick.
just go home with like papers on your hand, and you're like
smelling like a pine tree.
Yeah.
I'd always lay down in bed, and my wife would be like, "You smell just like a pine tree." Like what? Like, and I'm like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah.
Roll over.
And you had games though where you completely changed, like got naked and completely.
I have.
So that's not
It's
unforeseen.
It's not weird with me. I do a lot of weird things, especially playing baseball.
You'll just strip down completely naked.
I'll just start over sometimes. Like if I feel
in the middle of a
like-
game.
Yeah, in the middle of a game. I try to find a way to reset. It's like I don't know. So I try to find a way to reset, and sometimes I'm just like, there's so many things that go through your head or go through my head, and I just like, so after an inning, I was like real hot, and I just needed to cool off. I was like, I just need to. So I just twice I've done it. I've run in the dugout. I run into the locker room real quick, and I just start taking my jersey off because I'm sweating. I'm just like, and then I take my shoes off, and I'm like. And then I just keep going. I was like, I'm gonna just change real quick. So then I sit there and I'm sitting in my locker mid game, and then I'm like, all right, put some more sliding shorts or underwear on, and some pants and socks and cleats, jersey, belt, hat, and I'm like, feels like a new day, and then you just go out and do
How
your
much
thing.
time do you got? Do you know you got
Not a ton.
Not a ton.
Sometimes I'm like, one time in Miami, I'm like trying to button my pants and tuck my shirt in as I'm walking through the dugout to go back to the mound.
Do you have the game on in there?
Yeah.
And so you're just kind of watching it.
Yeah,
Are you just kind of like, man, it'd be great if we could get a long inning?
I would need a long inning, but it never happens.
It never happens. Yeah.
It's like it's like 3 outs in 3 minutes, and you're just like, whoop.
Yep. Got to
here
get
I
back
go.
out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you pray for long innings.
How close is the dugout to the locker room? Is it just right down the hall?
In Cincinnati, it's you go down the stairs and you go through this little thing where there's windows and people are eating dinner.
Yeah.
So you kind of always just like wave to the people, and then you go up these stairs. It's probably 100 feet.
Yeah.
So nothing crazy.
Yeah.
And
So you can make a move like that.
You can make a move.
Yeah.
You need to. You can make a move
Yeah.
up to the clubhouse and
Yeah.
change real quick.
But that's what we've talked about. Like so when you were going to warm up for last season, I went and pitched. All right, I stood in the box, and it was Stallings. Jacob Stallings, who's Coach Stallings' kid. He plays for the Pirates still.
Won a Gold Glove this year.
Yeah. Look at that. And I was there at the beginning of that. I helped him do that. But he's catching it. And then, so Sonny's pitching, and he's like, well, I just want to feel someone like in the batter's box. And Sonny just goes, so just get in there. And I'm like, I looked at Sonny, I go, do you feel amazing, dude? Like, I wanted you, like, I don't want you to be like, I don't know, dude, I feel a little foggy today. Because you throw it so hard, and you're just there.
Was that scary?
Mike Yastrzemski once, I told him, I said, I should go, who plays for the Giants, Vandy guy, so we all hang out. And I go, Sonny said he'd bat for me, or I could bat for him. He'd pitch, and Mike goes, I don't know if I do Sonny. Somebody goes, Sonny could get wild on you.
I could, especially if I throw. I could.
He could throw something and gets wild.
No doubt. I no doubt. I'm the king of the dirt ball.
Love it.
I love it. But
what was the one stat that you said?
Oh, you led the majors in wild pitches.
Yeah, sounds right.
In 2020,
no audience, so no crowd. You're just throwing wild to be wild.
It's just out there, just throwing the ball as hard.
That makes it worse, right? Because like everybody just hears it go thud. Everybody just turns around and looks.
No, I mean, it's mostly in the. I will say my wild pitches are mostly in the dirt, so I'm probably a catcher's nightmare. Everything I throw is like a sinker going into the dirt or a curveball, I also throw a ton of breaking balls. So breaking balls,
they go in the dirt.
But
you want them to go in the dirt.
Yeah. You want them to go. And I mean, you want them to breaking balls. You kind of want them to be down. You don't want them to spin at the top. But yeah, I can throw the ball all over the place.
You ever look at the stats and like that was a pass ball?
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that. No, I don't say
well,
that.
No one's going to tell you that except us, except the comedy podcast.
Yeah,
most people don't bring it up.
It's not something they lead with. But I love it. Hey,
I think
you got to lead something.
You got to lead something.
You got to lead
something. I think that's a great stat to lead in. Talk about. You could tell a batter right before he goes up. You're like, by the way, he led the league last year in wild pitches. All right, man, have a good at bat.
You don't know where this is going to go.
You don't know where this is going to go. He doesn't know. You don't know.
Step
no
in
one
lightly.
Step
in, and then they took sticky stuff away from us.
Yeah. There they go. And this is the guy you want pine tar. They should have a rule that goes, Sonny Gray can have pine tar. The rest.
No.
When do you start honing it in? Like when you're playing Little League and then you move up, when does it like you start getting like real good? Is it like high school or like college where you're like, you're not really going to hit anybody accidentally?
It's probably.
I mean, I know you go hit someone accidentally, but in the pros,
2022,
where you're kind of like, okay, like now you're pitching.
Well, like, yeah, when I stood there to bat, like you obviously,
I knew
you're not going to hit me.
No, I'm not going to hit you.
And so
I'm not going to hit
you're everybody, if you make it to the pros, you're obviously good enough to go,
dude,
I'm not going to hit you.
Right.
Is there college pitchers though that might hit you, or like is it where they would be like, I don't know, dude, don't stand there. Or you would probably, if you had a high program, you're probably still pretty good.
The guys that would hit you would be like a lanky thing, and it would be a lefty throwing to a righty.
Yeah.
So if you were left-handed, I would have a better chance of hitting you than if you were right-handed.
Yeah.
For me, so if like a big lefty. Or the only two things that would hit you is like if a big lefty or a big righty, they throw and they just like arm doesn't catch up and the ball just goes.
Yeah.
And that's coming up high. That's the one you don't. Or a lefty or a yank that would probably hit you in like the knee. That probably wouldn't. A knee or ankle or foot. That probably. But that would be a yanked. But
what do you think it would do to him? He just turned 50.
Oh man.
Has had 2 strokes, we think, recently. I mean, would it break? Would it shatter his knee?
No.
You think you would be able to? I don't know if I'd be able to handle it.
Was it scary though when he was pitching? You were standing there.
It's so fast. It just comes.
It's just probably different.
You don't know. Yeah, it's something that leads your hand to it gets. It's just instant.
And that's
you don't even have time to react.
It's just
I think I would in the windup.
You just got to go for it. Hitting a.
I didn't have a bat.
You didn't have a bat.
To me, that sounds even scarier.
It would be. I feel like it would be scarier with the bat. Like, with the bat, and you're like, because then you're like, I want to try, and then
yeah.
I don't know though. I don't know.
I remember in Little League, some guys had hit puberty and some hadn't.
Ooh.
And the Little League is so close that they're halfway to the mound when they release. That's terrifying for a kid who's 4'2", 50 pounds or something. You remember that? I mean, kids are such different sizes that age.
Yeah.
We had a kid, Jeremy Lyons, that went to my high school, DCA, and he looked like it was someone's dad was out there when we were 12. He just like it. Honestly, he just looked like he's towering. Like bigger than most dads. And he'd be out there and you're like, he shouldn't be. We're 12. You're like, I'm tiny. I mean, I was good till 13. And then when I was 13, I liked it because they went to the bigger mound. And so the pitches were pretty easy. 12 was getting like, you're close.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, they're throwing some heat. But then 13, they're far and it's not as fast. And you're like, well, that's my favorite.
Right.
That was my favorite lead because they're not strong enough to throw it.
So it's a lot of ball. There's kind of just 12 is big. People you start using the big barrels, and then I guess 13 is when you start.
You go back.
You do go back and lead off. Some people can do it when they're like 10, 11, and 12.
But you were only 13? Like that's the only age?
Yeah, it was just 13-year-olds.
Yeah. Mine was 13 through 15. One league.
That was what? That
Babe
was
Ruth.
Okay.
Yeah, when he was playing. He played with Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Lebanon?
No, we didn't play Lebanon. We played Lebanon in football, in high school football, but we didn't play Lebanon in baseball.
What county, Smyrna?
Rutherford?
Yeah.
Rutherford.
He knows every county in Tennessee.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well,
you stay up did you stay up just looking for all the counties that give you like reports or something when they come out?
You hit an age and you start knowing they stick with you more than the normal. They go. I do think you do get an age where as you get older, just stuff sticks with you different than you would ever dream.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's counties. I don't know if I have counties yet. I'm starting to lose stuff. Like I'm like would set my phone down and then now it's like I'll be like, where did I set? And I'm having that happen a lot more than normal. I used to know where everything's
at. You used to be a good phone finder.
Well, it used to be I would not set my phone down or I'll forget what I was going to do. I'll go do something, get distracted, and then come back and then forget.
That's my everyday.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think that just might be like a
everyday thing,
like a tension thing.
Attention thing.
What is that called? ADD thing?
Yeah, ADD.
Maybe you're just getting ADD when you get older.
Like talking to myself over here. Attention. I guess it is attention, just something. ADHD. Yeah. No one had that stuff when, you know what? I always think no one, because they didn't test for any of that stuff.
So they just didn't have it?
Well, I'm not saying they didn't have it, but it might as well. You basically didn't have it if you didn't test for it.
Didn't know.
Like no one asked. So you could be loaded with just, I mean, I would be in a special school if I went to school right now. But back then you were just thrown in a public school like a horse, just jammed in, and it didn't, who cares?
He got the yips at second base.
I got the yips in church league softball. You couldn't get it.
What, running? Like throwing?
No, throwing. I had it from shortstop everywhere. Shortstop, I played short or second, and I couldn't throw it to the first baseman. I would launch it over his head, and it'd go in because the softball dugouts are open, so it'd always go in and land in the
church league.
I had church league, and I just couldn't time it out. And I mean, I was like a nightmare. If the ball came, it would have been better for me just to walk it back to the pitcher. I just hold it up and call time.
I'll stop the runner if it comes to me, but don't ask me to throw this ball.
I mean, dude, it's so embarrassing, and just there's nothing left. It's just.
Their church split over it. That's how bad it was.
Yeah. They weren't allowed. You weren't allowed.
Oh God, they went. I mean, it was just they're Catholic now because of it. It's embarrassing. You don't. You got to talk to these people and you're like, I don't know what to tell you guys, and they're like, it's all right, man. And I'm getting basic outs. I can't get. And
everybody's looking at you. Yeah. Everybody's just staring at you.
I mean, just launch.
You launch it, and they're like, damn, there goes an egg again.
Here he goes. Yeah. Yips are a big thing in baseball. Do you even talk about? You probably don't talk about.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. But it is a thing. It is a real thing, and some people believe that talking about them, or I think I'm.
You're kind of past the
I mean, I already lead
Yeah.
the league in wild pitches. I don't
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to affect me.
Yeah.
Probably should talk about
It
it.
probably might help me
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It's a therapy
Sonny Gray
session.
became a Hall of Famer once he got the yips for 10 years. Best pitcher we've ever seen.
Once he came on Nateland.
Yeah,
Came
and
on
I figured out.
Nateland.
Oh, I just got the yips. That's what it is.
I think if you know what they're caused by, then you won't have them.
Yeah,
And so it's like if you can figure out, but people have it in golf all the time too.
yeah.
I had it with chipping for a while, and it's just
That's
you
a
can't.
tough spot.
Yeah, but once
Tough.
you know why you're doing it, and now if I hit it like a yip, I know I'm holding it and I'm not releasing. So then you're like, I don't know, you're not worried about it because you're like, oh,
I know the fix.
I know what I did.
Yeah, once you find the fix, then you're kind of
Yeah.
just like another thing to
yeah,
blame it on.
You still do it.
It's not- it's not your
Like, It
fault.
wasn't me, dude. I got these shoes on; they're different.
You're right. Right.
So we want to talk about New Year's resolutions too. Like, are you a big resolution guy? Is it, you're always been in shape.
That's a big one, right?
That's the main one.
That's-
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
what
get
you
in
would
shape.
do. So what would an athlete resolution be? Is less wild pitches maybe? Could that be this year's resolution? We started now.
Haven't thought of one.
Have you ever done one?
Not that I can.
Yeah, because the main one's got to be getting in shape.
But
So-
like, you don't have any goals in baseball? Like,
Yeah, I think gold. I
not
mean,
leading the league in wild pitches? Or,
Yeah,
just
maybe
wanna-
doing
I'm-
it 2 years in a row.
yeah.
Has anybody ever done that?
Well,
Maybe.
I have my biggest things. I just want to be. I don't know. I love my family. That's a big thing for me.
Oh, boy.
I hope you
I
can
know,
do that.
I
I hope
know,
you can do that. So
I
last
know.
year you're saying you didn't love them.
Yeah.
And this year you
I
would
know.
like to. I would
Yeah,
like to
so,
love
like,
my
that's-
family more.
I would like to. No, I'm saying so. Just stay close to family.
Yeah.
Take care of family.
Yeah.
Do that. I mean, baseball is do well in baseball. Play, enjoy it, have fun, pass it down to your kids. Let them, let them enjoy it while you can, and I don't know. That's kind of it for me.
A little
Always.
different
That's,
than Nate's. which
yeah,
is-
yeah. That's the biggest things for me, though. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yours is
Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids.
Well, I think I gotta get off of them. I think I have type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
Someone said that on the podcast, so I probably have it. I still got to. I'm supposed to get tested tomorrow, and I can't because I'm going
For
to Fallon.
diabetes.
Yeah. Well, then
Yeah,
I found everybody in my family I think has diabetes. It's not good, and then so I'm trying to get off sugar. I have a big sugar problem. I think I'm really addicted to it.
He's going for type 3.
I've been drinking soda. I went and got a soda, Diet Coke, but and I just drank it the other day when I was filling it up. I mean, it's like filling a bucket up.
Yeah.
Like you're at the store, or I was at like Firehouse Subs, and I'm like pressing the thing, and it's a bucket. It's a bucket of Diet. It doesn't stop. And it's almost embarrassing how long the person's behind. Like you're
Yeah, I know.
behind, you're like, I'm sorry. And then I got to take a sip of it, and I'm like, I'm gonna top it off. I might as
Trying
well
to get a little bit more.
Give me a little bit more.
Take a
It's
you fill it
just,
up. Take
yeah.
a sip. Fill it up more.
Fill it up more. That's what it's just, and it sounds like a fountain's on,
Yeah.
and you're like, it's just,
And
it's
then you
just
can
like-
order. I will say this: we drove to Cincinnati recently for New Year's,
Yeah,
and then we drove back on Sunday.
big place to go celebrate it. Go
I
ahead.
mean, it was
Cincinnati
gorgeous.
top spot.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was 40 degrees and raining and snowing. I think that all day. It didn't see the sun for 3 straight days. It was awesome.
Big vacation spot. Yeah, go.
So what we stopped a fast food place. We stopped fast food on the way up, and we stopped fast food on the way down. On the way up, we stopped McDonald's, got the new spicy chicken sandwich, and on the way down, we stopped a KFC Taco Bell like combination.
Combined,
So
yeah.
I mean, you had an option to
That's
do
great.
to do
You
either
can do
one.
both.
You could
Yeah,
do
he does
both.
both.
We did do both.
Yeah,
So, but I had that thought with the Coke because I like a Coke, and I love having Coke. That is my one. That's like a small, but I try to get the small,
Yeah.
like the cans, like the
you
small
get
ones.
regular Coke.
Coca-Cola Classic.
Yeah,
But the makes your hands feel bigger, the
Yeah.
little guys.
yeah, yeah.
And but I like having those. But I was looking in the window, and they were filling up a small Coke. It felt like, or whatever it
They
was.
do Pepsi.
Pepsi.
I know everything that everybody like. Taco Bell's
And
Pepsi.
I was looking at it, and I actually had that thought. I was like, that's a lot of.
Yeah.
I think I said it to Jessica. I was like, that's a lot of I think I call everything Coke.
Yeah, you call everything Coke.
Yeah, I was like,
I
that's
started
a-
saying soda just because I'm talking to so many different audiences, so I'm
Yeah,
trying to
that's
like
true. That's
just kind of
true.
cut it. But in the South, you call everything Coke. You're like, I'll take a Coke, and then you go, what kind? You're
What
like,
kind
Sprite.
of what kind of Coke?
Like you're then,
yeah.
but you say you want a Coke, and that's how you.
Yeah.
And then you tell
It's
them
weird,
what kind
right?
you want.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
South. But I had that thought, but I did enjoy it, and I also really do enjoy like a nice Coke or
Yeah,
like,
that's what they do. They're good.
they're delicious.
Yeah,
They're
so
deadly.
you drink them.
I will drink them.
Yeah,
I like to drink them.
Jay Cutler, the opposite.
Won't drink them.
He won't. I said because I
For-
told him I like soda, and he goes, "Yeah, I do too." I go, "Do you drink some?" He goes, "No." I go, "But they're so good." He goes, "Yeah, that's why."
Yeah, they are
That's it.
good.
And he's a diabetic.
And he's a diabetic. He's type 1. You're born with that, I think.
So
I'm
he
type
has
2.
to have sugar.
I don't know. Yeah, does he? He has to. Some.
A little bit. Like
Little
you eat a
bit.
piece of chocolate when your blood sugar's low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he'd be eating. That's why he's always frown face at sidelines.
He needed some
He
chocolate.
had a sour ball.
He needed a
And
Coke.
he needed, yeah. He just needed a little. You just bring him over a little small Coke, and he goes, "All right," and he goes back in.
What New Year's resolutions do you have?
Yeah, I don't. You know, I don't ever think it's about to lose. I need to get off sugar. I think that's going to be.
But how much weight would you like to lose?
I don't know. I don't even know if I have a number. I mean, I always think I want to get in the 160s. How much you weigh?
190.
Oh, but you're like built.
Not- How much do you weigh?
I think 180 something, 183, 5. I'm always right in there. Never
what-
weighed over 200. I've been close.
That's a win.
And then I think I would like to get to 160s, in the 60s.
What kind of one? Like what kind of 160?
I don't know. Let's just get there, then I'll go from there. You know, I
All
don't
right,
think
let's
I'm
go
at
say
the
this.
point.
So I weigh about 185,
Yeah.
and I like to get in the 160s. So
Yeah.
let's challenge each other.
Who can get to the 160s?
Yeah.
I think
first.
I'll get there a lot quicker than you.
Well, okay. Well, that'll be the
Yeah, that'll be the challenge. Who can get to the 160s? What would the bet be, though?
just pride, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could do a weigh in on this podcast.
Oh, yeah. We're way in.
160.
So we're both
Like
in the 160.
165. How about that?
I think if you touch the 160s.
Any of the
first
160s.
one to touch the 160s.
First one to touch the 160s. That would be a good.
169.5
Yeah.
round up.
You got to, so maybe you got to be 0.4. You got
gotta-
to be under. You can't be rounding up to
You
70.
can't be rounding
You
up
got
to
to be
70.
fully in the 60s.
169.4.
Yeah. So you got to be able to say with the, and be like, hey, I'm in the 160s. That's a lot. That's like 15 something pounds. If I get off sugar, then it'll be a breeze. I mean, that's a big one. Sugar is,
That's like the main thing.
it's the main thing, dude. I was like, yeah, I'm already reading a book on it.
When we were watching the fight over here the other night, I remember you hand me some Sour Patch Kids. It's not just, I remember that.
You ate them.
I did eat
Yeah,
them.
they're
I was
good.
like, well, man,
They're everywhere. We got them over there. A box there. Kevin sent us one. It says Grammy on it. Grammy Nate. But it's you eat them. I think I eat more. I might talk about this on Fallon because I got to think about what I want to talk about because I'm doing panel on Fallon Wednesday, and so
Do you know what that is?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't.
So it's so doing the Tonight Show. So I'm going. So if you're watching this comes out Wednesday. I'm doing the Tonight Show tonight. And so y'all have always done stand up. You've seen when I go out and do stand up on the Tonight
Yes.
Show. So the panels, you go straight to the couch. And I've done it once, but
It's what we would call a guest.
a guest.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a guest. For a stand up, it's a big deal.
Oh, so like the thing like this, and then the couch is right there, so
Yeah.
then you just go like,
When they interview like a
Yeah,
celebrity,
yeah.
they always have them there.
hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So
That'd
it's
be
for a
fun.
comic, it's a big deal to not have to go do stand up and you get to go just sit on the couch.
Yeah, that's cool. Like the main thing.
Yeah.
Oh, no pressure.
Well,
you got
it's
that.
Kate Blanchett. It's her and then me. I'm second, but second said
That's good.
Usually I'm third. I'm at the end. I come out. That's all I've ever done.
Everybody's already asleep.
Yeah, everybody's asleep. Everybody check out. Well, you being a comic on it, I still like doing comedy on it. But the good thing about sitting on the couch is I can kind of do. I think I can do comedy. I'm actually going to ask. I want to talk to Gafkin about it. But it's like I think I can do some of my act, but I can do it in conversation. Not a lot of my act, but I got a little chunk about losing weight or something about eating better, and I think I can mix that in a little bit because it doesn't count. Like it's not. If you're doing it like that on the couch, it's just a little taste of your new hour.
Right.
And so it's not all of it. It won't. I mean, it's a little tiny piece of it. So I'm trying to figure out what to talk about.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
When you leave for that?
So tomorrow.
All right.
Today's Monday. I leave Tuesday, and then
Oh,
we
wow.
tape Wednesday.
Gotcha.
I watch
That'd be fun.
old Johnny Carson reruns, and now obviously all the talk shows have a formula. It's the A-list celebrity, B-list celebrity, and then the entertainment, the comic, or the music.
I'm just trying to be to a list. Before I was like you're the clown act. No.
But on Johnny Carson, they would have like the first act would be like a guy juggling swords or something, and then they'd have like Tom Selleck. I mean, there's no order on that show.
Oh,
they would have
funny.
the craziest thing ever
Yeah.
first, and then the biggest star in the world would be on at the end sometimes.
Yeah, that's funny.
And that's like a Fallon show, same type of thing.
Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
Okay.
Have you heard Johnny Carson? I mean, how old are you? 32?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
You know the
Yeah.
Tonight Show?
I know the Tonight Show.
Yeah. You know Jay Leno? You ever heard of Jay
Chin.
Leno?
Jay
Yeah.
Leno with Chin.
Yes.
Yes.
So before him was Johnny Carson.
Oh, I definitely don't know Johnny Carson's because.
But Johnny Carson was.
But
yeah,
that's
I can
awesome.
see
But
that.
so it's Tonight Show with Johnny Carson's, Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Yeah. Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it
And
goes in
then
order like that.
They
So
had
it's all-
Conan in the middle. But like, so the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson's it was the biggest show on air. I think when did it stop airing? I don't remember.
Early 90s.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really remember watching it. So you had to be born in
89.
89. So
Yeah.
you would have never seen it.
Should know about it.
But I mean, I don't think I saw it.
I saw it, but then
Yeah.
I watched reruns on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's-
cool.
yeah.
Nuts. I bet it's
He's a big TV Land guy. And you ever watch TV Land?
no.
Yeah, which is old shows that like it's Andy Griffith. It's
I like.
I do watch a lot of 80s,
Genie in the Bottle.
80s sitcoms.
Yeah.
I Dream of Genie.
I Dream of Genie. Yeah.
I don't watch those, but yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
like
not,
it.
he's
I
not
like
too
it.
far off.
I like it. I love it.
But-
You've been pointing out how your favorite shows, most of them are from the 90s, and someone commented that almost everyone's favorite shows are from when they were in their 20s.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the ones that we stick with. That's probably true.
Yeah,
is.
your music too. Laura and we were talking about it last night. Like Laura said, like everybody kind of likes the music that there was like in high school and right out of high school, and you kind of like that, and you just kind of stick in that era, and then you go. I've gone a little bit even older sometimes.
Same.
Now, if I've gotten you're listening to, I could listen to like some 70s and 80s, and
Mhm.
and then I can catch myself like I'm not moving forward. I'm not as good as going forward with music. I'm kind of like, all right, there's a stop, and then you're like, I'm done searching.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yeah. What was like
100% can feel
music was
that.
in when you were in high school? When did you graduate? 2007?
2008.
8.
2008. It was a lot like the Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J.
Yeah.
Stayed with me a lot.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Is that what you still listen to?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times.
You listen to it before you play?
I listen to Lil Wayne before I play.
Yeah.
Big Lil Wayne, like the Lil Wayne, Eminem era. That Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J. That was kind of like college. And then I've never been huge into music. When I was younger, I wasn't into music really.
Yeah. I hear it.
I
get it.
I
Me
wasn't.
either.
I was just kind of like
Yeah.
I just was going doing stuff. But we didn't have access to music, I guess, like people do now.
Yeah.
We just people. I don't know.
Well, Smyrna's a third world country.
Yeah,
a lot
we
of people
did.
say that.
We just.
This is the
And,
2000s you're talking about.
I mean, to what it is now, you could pull up anything in 2
I think
seconds.
Napster was around.
Yeah.
I mean, he listened to the radio for instead of watching TV.
Yeah. I mean,
I agree. I was never a big music person. I wasn't allowed to. I think I wasn't allowed to listen to anything. So then I just listened to like it was either Christian music or I just didn't care. Like it was like we weren't listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't watch anything. So, but yeah, you couldn't get any music. And then I remember 2001, like Napster, you could download stuff and all that kind of stuff. But you'd have to be into it. It's either like, it's a lot of stuff. Now, I even feel as we go farther, it's a lot of like, either you know how to do it or you don't. And eventually, like, my daughter's going to grow, your kids are going to grow up. They're just going to know how to use a phone. They're never not going to know. Like, that's just ingrained in them.
Yeah.
Where we didn't have that. As Smyrna, by the time y'all got cell phone towers.
Yeah.
I mean, when was it? 2015?
Yeah, they're
But-
still working on it.
Still working on it. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all can
Yeah.
do text, but you can't do calls.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just a big dead zone when you go through.
Yeah, yeah.
You just go through and you're like, I'll call you back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, at Zanies, when comics come through, they often will like just to make fun of a local town. And for whatever reason, Smyrna's become the town
Really?
that people tell them.
It's just a good name.
It's just a good name. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Smyrna, but it's just a good name. It's
a funny name to
Yeah.
say Smyrna.
Because you can say it however you can just
Smyrna.
Smyrna. Sounds pretty Tennessee.
Smyrna.
Like Smyrna.
And it's spelled Smyrna.
Yeah. SSSMYRRRNA. SMYRNA.
That's y'all's cheer.
Yeah.
Y'all just spelled your town.
They were impressed.
Did they go?
That was how we rolled.
That's how you roll.
That's what we did there.
Yeah.
This is how
We played. I played at Lebanon. We played Smyrna, and you guys had a catcher, Mudcat Brewer.
Yeah, I know the name.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mudcat. I mean, I hope so.
I know the name.
he was legendary.
Yeah,
There should be a sign about him.
There should
Mudcat
be.
Brewer.
Mudcat Brewer.
Yeah.
Was he like 50?
Well, he is now because we were the same age.
I remember. I know that name. I know that name. I remember coming up in Smyrna and hearing Mudcat Brewer.
Yeah.
Such a good name.
It's a great name.
Yeah. Where's he?
Mudcat.
Was he just a big time pitcher? I mean,
He was a catcher.
Catcher.
Yeah. And he was just really, really, really good. So he was kind of legendary there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that name.
And then he went to MTSU. I don't think he played there. Maybe he did play there, but we had some classes together. And I would call my friends from high school. It's like, you ain't going to believe who I have a class with.
Oh, that's
Mudcat Brewer.
because they knew Mudcat Brewer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smyrna. It's a good town. I enjoyed. I mean,
Yeah.
so I moved to Smyrna 7th grade, and I liked.
Where were
I
you
liked-
going? Where were you at before then?
in the Woodbine area?
Yeah.
Like a little south of Nashville.
You've been basically Nashville your whole life. Too.
Yeah,
I've lived in Woodbine.
this little we used
Yeah.
to go to that Boys and Girls Club right by Woodbine. We kind of moved around a lot when I was little. We just kind of like, but in that particular area,
Yeah.
which was, and then we moved to Smyrna because we were going to the nice.
It's big time.
It was a
It's
big
like, step it up.
it was a big move.
Yeah.
And went there in 7th grade and lived there until 2000 then went to college and then moved back to lived in Nashville, moved back to Smyrna, and then I got to join Nate and actually
There you go.
took my rollerblades over here today.
Yeah. Did you?
No, I wanted to though.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I stopped at home and I was like, I'm just gonna rollerblade over there and make it for.
Yeah.
Do you think the coaches in Woodbine are like, oh my, if he'd have just stayed, we could have had Sonny Gray on our team in our school?
Maybe I was gonna go to Glencliff High School.
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Chris Bargatze went to Glencliff. I watched a football game at Glencliff.
Yeah, I
remember
watched
going.
numerous football games
Yeah.
at Glencliff.
Yeah,
My first apartment was Gazebo Apartments right there.
Really?
In Woodbine, yeah.
yeah. Maybe I'll talk about this later. We're just getting off on.
Sonny. Let's talk about this after.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, he's getting real local.
So
like,
Mudcat.
Yeah. So how's he doing? How's his family doing? Mudcat's family. Like I know his mom had some with her. Is she doing all right? What were the resolutions?
Yeah.
Like
so,
what? Do you have one this year?
to beat you in this weight loss challenge.
Now that we have a weight loss.
Weight loss
challenge.
169.4.
4. That's got to be It's the first one to get there. Yeah.
That's what you want to do instead of just like
Maybe should we do 165? Is it going to be easy to get?
20. I mean, you think you're about 185? We
I
can
think so.
weigh in before
Yeah.
to see,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
see first one.
Yeah.
And instead of like
That's-
just say by
that's a
a
lot.
certain date,
It's a lot. 20 pounds.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
by
can do
instead
it.
of a date, you want to do a speed first one there.
First one there. Yeah.
So how do you start?
Starting now. Yeah.
Starting now.
You get going.
You just do it.
Yeah. Maybe it
I
You
guess
just
that's
ate
what you-
McDonald's, so I'm off to a good start.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, oh, you did?
Yeah. On the way here.
Mm-hmm.
You can see
Yeah,
it.
so
You
it's
can
still
see-
in there.
Yeah. It's still in his face.
Yeah, yeah.
I got it out of the way though.
Yeah, he got it out of the way. I'm gonna get it tonight, so we're gonna go.
The top New Year's resolutions: number 1, exercise more; 2, lose weight. I mean, those are kind of the same thing. Get organized, learn a new skill or hobby, live life to the fullest. That's Sonny's.
That's
Sonny's.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Save money, quit smoking, spend more time with family and friends,
Yeah.
travel more. You probably got that down, and read more.
Oh, good.
Read.
Read.
That should be number 1 for you.
Yeah.
Read more.
Read more. I am reading a
Oh.
book on quitting sugar. I'm reading it right now.
really?
Yeah.
Wait a
Trying to get
second.
off of
That's
it.
cheating. I didn't know that when we agreed to this.
I've made it. I'm on like chapter 1. I'm still eating sugar. But it's,
It hasn't gotten you
it
off
hasn't
yet.
gotten me off yet, but it's the point of it is supposed to get you off of it.
How long do you think resolutions last for? Like a normal
I
resolution?
think it's February. I think
I
most
have
people
that
don't.
here.
Yeah,
January, and then you're just like,
they're done. I mean, they do it. It's I think gym memberships spike
yeah.
so big, and then people just stop going. It's Planet Fitness. Aaron, who's had his, he got rid of it. People have memberships there for years because they don't. It's $10 a month, so they kind of forget about it. They sign up New Year's. It's like
New Year's
free
Day.
to sign up, whatever New Year's Day, and then they know you're so lazy as a person. You're too lazy to even come because you got to go to the store to sign out, and they just go, yeah, just come in and tell us to our face that you don't want to be here anymore, and people just go,
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Did you see this McDonald's where in China? Well, it's not coming up.
I think I saw it. The bicycle.
Yeah.
What's the point of it?
People think it's to help you lose weight while you eat terrible food.
Yeah.
Which I guess it would do that, but it's to for energy. Like they use it to power up their phones and stuff.
Oh,
So
they're making you. They make you do that.
you don't have to do it,
Oh.
but if you sit there, it's a
While you eat, yeah. I mean that. Yeah, I don't know. If you're eating it, I'd rather just sit there.
I don't know.
I'd rather sit at one of the regular tables.
yeah. I think it's an energy saving thing.
Yeah. I don't know if it really helps. Would you
I
get?
don't know how I feel about
Do athletes come back and they're like big? Like you're like, oh, you got after it. Like they gotta get in
Sometimes.
shape. Yeah,
Sometimes.
yeah. Does
It's-
everybody still
it's-
work
it's-
out like off?
Like golf?
No, like in your off schedule, you're like still like you worked out today.
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah.
think probably people will try and have like a however much off period of time, just do whatever,
Yeah,
and then kind of like go back into it and do their thing. But I don't know. I guess everyone's really different. Everyone shows up to spring training at different points.
yeah,
And that's spring training is so long anyways. So it's everyone shows up different and just kind of goes from there and does their thing. But you could have a gauge, but it doesn't really mean anything.
What's the hardest position you think to play? In the
Catcher.
MMA? Yeah,
Catcher, no doubt.
Yeah,
Cool.
And
Yeah.
why is that?
You
Your knees?
you just get beat up,
Yeah.
and they're the toughest ones. They're to me they're the
every play. Think about all the plays.
everyone every
play,
game,
every game.
and you got to put that stuff on
Mhm.
in between innings every time. You got to show up with the pitchers. You're basically on both. You're on the pitchers and the position players. So it's kind of like you go to double meetings. You go to double.
Mm.
You do double. You do everything the pitchers do, and then you do everything, the hitters do. But then you just kind of do what catchers do too.
Do you buy like in football? The quarterbacks like buy all the offensive linemen like
Yeah.
presents. You have to do that with. And you only have a catcher.
Just thinking about it right now for the first
Yeah,
time.
like,
Yeah.
da-da-da.
You give them a 20 or something.
It's like-
hey, great year.
You got change?
You go to dinner.
Yeah.
You do things.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
You do things. I've always had great relationships with
Yeah.
the catchers and guys.
What's the craziest thing you ever seen in a game? Like just something like that would never happen again in a million years.
Good question. That fight we had with Pittsburgh. I mean, I'd been to
I
some.
think we have it.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Uh,
We have
We were
it.
trying to lead you
Yeah.
into that.
you did.
We're hoping this is what you say.
This is very.
How tall is that guy?
To Mir, he's like 6'7", and he just.
What's getting this fight going?
Well, you're losing 11-3 here.
It was
Yeah.
a long thing of like
Oh,
so the
man.
series.
Yeah.
I mean,
He just goes and fights the whole team.
and I'd been in a lot of brawls over the last couple of years. There I go, running in there,
Where
sliding.
were you at the time? On the
I'm
bench?
right there, sliding. You pause it
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
quick.
You're just at the bottom now.
I know you come up. I've seen this video. You come up later. Pretty
See,
prevalent.
I'm go straight up with your finger. One more left, down.
Oh, right in the back. Good
Down,
to see
right
you.
there.
Yeah.
That's you
yeah.
right there.
Oh,
And you're just on, and you're trying to get them apart, or you're just trying to hit them.
I'm trying to get them apart.
So you think everybody's trying to break it up more right here?
I don't know. This was a fight. Like
Yeah.
this was different.
Why was he fighting him?
So Derek Dietrich, number
Yeah.
22, when we played in Pittsburgh, like the series before, it was like a ongoing thing. He hit a homer, and he stood at home plate for about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And he just stood there. I
Yeah.
was like, whew, a little aggressive there. And then he ran around, popped his chains out.
Yeah.
All like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Ran around, did his thing, hit home, and then they start yelling. You're like, this isn't good. So then they hit one of our guys. We hit one of them. They kept throwing, and then you kind of get into a little argument, get into a little scuffle, and then they come to Cincinnati the next series, and you remember like, oh, I still owe you one, or guys hold grudges or whatever. And he came in the game, and they were yelling at him, and it was kind of been a lot of yelling going back.
There
and
you
forth.
are.
Yeah.
You're being a peacemaker right there in the middle.
I'm in the back,
Right there.
right there.
So right in that moment, you're being very level-headed.
Look at that. You're the one that's kind of trying to talk him
Yeah.
into it. Like, come on, guys.
Are you like, hey, man,
Oh, you're patting him?
can I call you like do you
Yeah.
What are you saying right there?
even remember? I mean, it's probably a blur.
You just going. I just knew that it was kind of over, and it was now it's kind of like, whose fault is it?
Yeah.
Like you get a lobbyist.
Yeah. But it's not over.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, but it's not.
You're thinking like, and then it goes.
So you were talking to the wrong person. Like that person was calm, and you should have went and talked to the other.
No,
talked to
I
Puig.
stay away from that.
Yeah, I mean Puig is gigantic. That other guy was gigantic.
Yeah.
It's just
This one was just a crazy one.
like it just didn't stop.
Saying, let me go.
Would y'all fight? Like you ever? Does anybody ever try to fight after the game?
Meet me in the parking lot thing.
Yeah. Is it all like?
Not that I.
Would that not be the most realist thing
Whew.
if a dude was like showed up at the guy's house and said, "I would like to keep"? Would it be too far?
House?
What if his car? His house?
House?
Son, we got your address flashed
House
right now.
House
Is
a
it-
little
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Didn't Jalen Ramsey do something like that?
Did he?
Like him and
know.
Golden Tate? I think there was like...
They had a real thing. Wait for me after the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, do they even buy Tim? Or you kind of just over it? You're like, I don't know.
Well, I think
You-
one of
you
them was
can-
dating one of them's sister or something.
Oh, well, that. Could
Oh,
keep it going.
that's yeah.
Or married to or
you're
something.
right.
That might
you're
be
right,
driving to
you're
someone's
right.
house.
They probably
you
do
know,
go to people's.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one just kept going. But I don't know of anything. Meet me after.
Yeah.
People
There's
just
no like old baseball stories of like. You mean?
no, not of meet me. No, I think it's kind of like that's why sometimes I don't know. I think it's kind of like if you want to do something, you do it out here, and then once you go, you go.
Yeah.
Smyrna, though. Meet me at the Mapco.
Yeah, meet me there.
Yeah. I mean, is it different because you're from Smyrna and y'all fight more? Is it you love it?
Yeah, I was into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
into it.
So you're on the bench and you're just like when you do this, when you know that you've this team, he did are you mad at him for doing the home run thing? Or you like sometimes is it like, man, we're gonna have to fight these dudes next time?
You know you're gonna have to fight them, or you know something's going down.
Yeah. Are you worried that you're gonna get hit?
I'm a pitcher, so I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily worried about
Yeah.
it, but the
You're like for him, you're like, dude, you're gonna get hit.
or something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
In worst case is you do it and somebody else on your team gets hit. They got to take the punishment of
Yeah.
that.
Just press
I thought I
mute.
muted that.
So this is the Yankees and
This
Tigers, and you're titled in it, Brett Gardner and Sonny Gray. So this is between y'all two.
No,
Y'all get
you
it
come in
started?
very late on this.
No, I was in. I just joined the Yankees. I was there. This
Welcome.
is August 2027. I was there maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So this is your initiation.
Yeah,
into the
I had
Yankees.
to I had to go do something.
You had to show off.
Yeah,
You had to go
I had
like,
to-
no, I love this team.
Yeah, like here we go. Like
Yeah.
you're my boys.
I will die for this team.
So, yeah, this was an so something happened with
Is
the
that you there on the ground?
That's me right there.
Yeah.
On the right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's now
You're holding
my
him down.
current teammate Nick Castellanos.
Oh, that's him.
That's Castellanos.
That's Castellanos. So you're
And I
just
played
on-
with him for the last 2 years.
So you're on top of him. And
Right.
are you and him fighting, or you're just trying to keep him away?
Well, he was being peacemaker in this. Is what I've learned playing with him. Tyler Austin was being like, I'm gonna get you, and
Yeah.
Tyler Austin's a really big guy.
Yeah.
So I saw Tyler Austin during this brawl with one other guy, and I was like, I'm going to join his team because you know,
He's big.
he's got me.
Yeah.
He's got me.
Yeah.
So I get on the ground with him, and I'm just like, I'll hold him down while you just do your thing. So
Yeah.
I was kind of just body weighting this one and holding him, making sure Nick couldn't move, and Tyler was just doing whatever he was doing under.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, you know, that, and then me and
then both of you end up on the Reds.
Me and Nick end
You
up
and
on
Nick.
the Reds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is 2017, 2018, 2019.
Yeah. And I mean, so neither one of you forgot about this.
Oh no, because it hasn't been. I didn't know him
Yeah.
at all. It's just kind
Yeah.
of.
Have you ever caused a brawl just because they thought you were going on, but it was really just another wild pitch?
You go, no. I lead the league in this.
Yeah, this is what I do. This
Guys,
is what I do.
do.
This is what I do.
That's how you should calm everybody down. No. This is what I do.
It's not my fault.
I promise.
Yeah. But is it so when you go in there and you know you were on the Reds first and then he came on and you're like you hear the name and is it just like a pit in your stomach? You're like, oh man. It's not like saying you're gonna fight, but just like the pure awkwardness of you and this dude have fought and now you have to get along.
Yeah. I mean, it's not what we led with.
Yeah.
But it was shortly thereafter.
How long do you take before you say what's up, man? Are you saying it like quickly? Or are you
right away. Right away.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
You got to see where you stand.
You got to see you fill them out.
Yeah, like hey man, how you doing? Welcome. You
It's
know?
like a fight with your wife.
Yeah.
Kind of like you're trying to go. I saw that someone this weekend. Someone was calling their wife. Well, you know when you call your wife and you're just trying to hear her tone to see how mad. Like is she mad, or if you kind of talk, make some jokes, and go, "What's going on? God, where was that? I was just there this weekend."
That today.
Yes, my buddy Kenny just did it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was your poker night?
Yeah, we went over to Kenny's and like he's on the phone. And someone's his wife's going to hear this. Someone smoked a cigar near the entrance, and so they could smell it in the house. And so his wife's like, "Do it." And he's like, "No, I'm fine." He's down there with us. He goes, "No one's smoking down here at all." And then he's like, "What are you doing up?" He goes, like, she's like upstairs, like we're in the basement. She's up,
Just trying to sleep.
And then you smell it,
and you smell it, and he's
The
like, "No,
smoke alarm
nothing.
going
We're
off.
doing nothing, man. We're just going. What's going on?" He's like making a couple jokes. You're just trying to get that tone switched back to like. She goes, so she's like, well, what? You are being stupid. All right. And then you're like, all right, she's cool now. But if it stays mad, you're like, well, I got to go fix it.
A phone call didn't do it. I got to go do something.
I got to do something.
Yeah.
I think that's because I don't know if women don't do that. I don't think they do it that way. But we are like, I got to just let me fix this because we don't want to fix ourselves.
Right.
But I can fix this. And so I can just get her,
I can do something else.
I mean, you can be on the phone. You're like, no, dude, smoke this. Okay, what is she?
It don't matter.
She can't tell me what to do.
I'm not going to tell you.
Her start barking like Tim Allen. And you're like, hey, just let me 2 seconds. No one's even down here smoking cigar. You go, I don't even know what that is. I've never seen one.
Yeah. You do that.
Sprinklers
though.
are going off.
You call and trying to get the tone.
Tone is everything.
It is.
Tone is everything.
It is.
And that's what's missing with text messages. Because you don't know the tone. And a tone is how you operate in life.
Mm-hmm.
You got to fill that tone out to be like, what kind of tone is this? What kind of,
You ever started a text and you're like, the tone, it could be misread.
I'm very sensitive
so you'll call
to it.
them.
Yeah. I'll call them, or I'm very sensitive. That's where your ha-has get thrown in and your
exclamation
whatever.
points. Like,
just to be like, because you're not taking it. You're trying to make sure that you're like, I don't care.
if you put a period, does that mean it's over? If you don't, is it open? Like, I don't enjoy texting.
Yeah.
I do not enjoy it. I'd rather.
I like a phone call.
I like a phone call.
I like a phone call.
I do too.
You a big social media guy?
Don't have one.
Yeah.
Or I no, not. I used to do it for, because you could make money and you could do this and
Make money?
yeah.
I'm doing
Well,
it wrong.
you do like like
Send out
ads or, like,
tweets
send out
for
tweets for
X amount of money. You send out tweets. You got to send out whatever, 10 tweets and
go to Shoney's and
or
use
whatever.
hashtag breakfast baits and you get $5 off.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah, yours might be Shoney's. You should be a sponsor for Shoney's.
Yeah, you should.
You should wear exactly what you're wearing. You should drive there right now. Yeah.
I was actually going to go after the podcast.
Yeah.
You get the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yeah. Did y'all go to Shoney's a lot growing up?
And it was very popular.
Yeah.
Smart.
It was a nice place.
It was.
Shoney's
It was.
a good
Shoney's
place.
was like big news when you were going to Shoney's. Like that was like a
We talked about something the other day with at that when we were playing cards over at Kenny, and someone said that they goes it's something about it. Then they said Longhorn, and then God, what was it? I forget. It was like something saying something about it. Not Applebee's, but there's something. And they said Longhorn. They go, oh, Longhorn's like a nice one.
Longhorn's where you went
and you're like, it is
birthdays.
Yeah, Longhorn. That's what's so funny is like if you go other places, Longhorn Steakhouse was like. That's like you go for like prom, a birthday. It's like a fancy. You're like, whoa, we're going to Longhorn.
Big. You get dressed up.
You get dressed up to go to Longhorn.
In Lebanon, we'd go to Western Sizzlin'.
Sizzler. Is it not Sizzler?
Oh, is it Sizzler?
I don't know. Y'all have your own?
We might.
What if y'all built y'all's own?
Or Ponderosa.
Oh, yeah. I remember Ponderosa.
I remember there was one.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. This is the sugar thing,
Yeah, it's Western
Sizzlin'.
That's where it started. Western Sizzlin'. I thought people said Sizzler.
Sizzler might be a separate thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, this is where the sugar started. But it's okay.
Yeah. It's all right. But I think in the South you have a tougher time. I think in the South and when you don't have when you come up, it's just a different time now. Back then, I think it was hard to avoid. Like it was, no one ate healthy back then. They didn't sell.
Yeah, it wasn't
stuff.
a thing.
And you didn't have money. Like you didn't, you couldn't.
It's a lot harder to eat
harder.
healthy without.
I mean, after you're athletes, you have your meals. You have to make your meals. You eat the same thing like every day, basically.
At the field, so you can eat a lot of your meals at the field, and they have just.
Y'all go to concession stands?
Yeah, and get
great.
the chili dogs and the corn dogs.
If before
every now and then.
Before the gates open, they go, all right, everybody go eat. And y'all just have to go walk around to the different concessions, and that's how y'all eat.
There's
just everything you wanted.
Toledo Mud Hens pitching coach Doug Bockler is a fan of the podcast. He told us to do an episode on baseball in the wintertime, so we're kind of honoring his request.
Yeah.
But he would, when he pitched for the Padres, we showed that video, he would sneak from the bullpen and steal people's beers from the stands. Like, they put it down and he would grab it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
They would never know it.
You've done it. You don't say it. But
no, I haven't done it. But I would.
There's stories of pitchers getting drunk, though. Like, it's fair.
Yeah. Fair stories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're a pitcher, you're starting, you're not
if
playing.
You're starting, you come up with a lot of different things. People pitchers set up golf nets in a room somewhere in the locker rooms are so big. There's just different areas.
Yeah.
Set up a little golf net and just go in there and hit golf balls during the game.
Do you ever feel y'all play so many games? Do you feel some of them you're like these don't matter? Like
if I'm being honest, if you're being honest, I'm like, oh, whatever.
Well, there has to be.
Yeah,
like you're playing.
There's
you play 182,
162 games in 180 days.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
So that's so crazy. So yeah, there has to be games, but like, hey, we gotta. You could be like, all right, we've had some fun, we took some losses, and then there's a point where you're like, yo, dude, we're gonna be.
I think if you can I think 500. You can't get too far below 500
ever.
It'd be nice to not.
Yeah.
Be nice. I mean, but so as long as you're around 500, you're always within like striking distance. Just go on like a 10-game winning streak or just do something.
But if it's like August 1st and you're way out of it, those last 2 months got to be hard.
I thankfully haven't. I've been on maybe two teams, 2 years of my career that's been like that.
Yeah.
Most of them luckily we've been on a good team and we've been pushing for that. So, but the years that we have, but you're out of it and you got 2 months left. It's kind of like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
That's
when stuff goes in all different directions. That's when like, well.
Yeah. You're like, the starting pitcher is drunk and he's pitching today.
Yeah, I'm like, well, yeah.
Like David Wells. I remember watching a White Sox game when I lived in Chicago, and like it was the game, it just didn't matter. And no fans are there, and no one's and you can just tell you're like, but I mean, is there motivation still to play? Like you're still trying not to be, as an athlete, do you want to win that game?
Yeah, you want to win.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to win. It always feels better to win than lose.
Is it nice to, if you can't, like, is the motivation, so if you say y'all are out of it, but you can knock these people out of the playoffs too, is there motivation that you're like,
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fun. That's fun knowing that you can, like, ruin someone else's
Do y'all take the what is it called, the poster board material. It's not poster board, but it's is that when they
Bulletin board.
bulletin board. So I don't even know what
Hang it up. You talking about bulletin board?
Well, you always
material?
hear that bulletin, like you just gave this team bulletin board material. Is that a real
which is a very old school?
It's an old school saying.
You'd have to now print it out.
It's a meme
and hang
material.
it out.
You gave them a meme,
but but it's still. I mean, yeah,
Someone
but I
says
feel
something
like
in
if the
interview-
media wants to do that, they
Yeah.
can just
they can just do it.
They can just do it.
And they can either say you can either take it for how you take it, or you just like some of it you're like I don't care. And some
Yeah,
of it you're like I hate this team, dude. Like
there's just some teams you don't like,
yeah,
just for whatever reason. There's just
Have you ever been the guy who's had to retaliate and hit someone?
retaliate.
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 Have you ever retaliated? Either way.
Yeah,
Not that I know of, but retaliate.
like someone else hit someone, and you're like, hey, dude, you got to hit this guy now.
I did it. I've done it a couple of times, 2 times that I can like remember of currently. One at Vandy when we were playing Tennessee. It's the situation you just don't like them.
It's Tennessee.
You
gotta-
just
gotta hit
don't.
'em.
You just
Yeah.
don't like them. So something happened, and
Yeah.
me and Coach Corbin got thrown out of that game and we got thrown out of Friday night at Tennessee. So we had to miss 3 games,
Yeah.
and that was we had to miss 3 games, and that was the rule. So because we had already got warned or something like that, so we got thrown out for the Saturday game and the Sunday game. And then I had one more game, and he had one more game to get thrown out for. And this is a long time ago, so I think it's fine to even say. And I don't think it's illegal. And
I guess we're gonna find out.
yeah, we're gonna say.
Yeah.
And then the next game was Friday, and I was supposed to pitch, but we were suspended for the game. Like we weren't going to be able to from the game. So next thing you know, we show up on Monday, and we have a game on Wednesday at Austin Peay. So somehow, some way within the span of 24 hours, we got a new game, and we were traveling to Austin Peay on Wednesday to play this game, and that was our last game of the suspension. So then now we both could play and pitch again on Friday.
Against Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee was the
Yeah.
weekend before. That next
Yeah.
week, I
SEC
think
game.
SEC weekends,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So then on Friday, he could coach and I could pitch, and
Yeah.
it was just
So a
kind of like
mysterious Austin Peay game
just showed up on the schedule.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of just showed up. Here you go. We went to Austin Peay,
Yeah.
played that game. We were suspended for that, and then we were back.
Yeah.
Back like we never left.
Yeah.
But that's just Coach Corbin, He
Yeah.
just-
Well, it's a smart way to do it. I mean, I think everybody does everything. That's so funny to be able to add that in. God, what was I going to ask? I thought I was going to ask you something.
I was going to ask you if you ever stole first base.
what does that mean? Like picked it up out of the ground and
No, Bates stole first.
oh, I've heard you say this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I like it. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it.
see?
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
You were playing and you go with. I remember laughing at it.
I stole second base in the Little League. It was such an easy play. I thought they must have fouled the ball off because I got down there so easy. So I turned around and just started running back to first. And about halfway down, the first baseman was like, "He's coming back."
There you go. There you go. You can have it.
And they zipped it down, and I had to dive head first into first base.
You can have it.
It was a bang bang play.
And you're excited. You get up and
It's
you're
still
just.
even hearing it in a second, it's just so wonderful. Just
I mean,
he gets up and just doesn't know what happened. Like he's just
it's just athletic.
everybody.
It's just
How old
athletic.
were you?
I was Little League, so I was like
Oh,
somewhere like 11 or 12.
yeah. I mean, that's when you know about baseball too. Like,
Yeah,
you've
you're
been playing
too
for a
old to be
while.
still on
Yeah,
first
yeah,
base.
Yeah.
I was hoping you'd say like 4 or 5.
Have you had someone still home? Like as you pitch it, you see that they're going.
Bryce Harper did it to me this last year, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I think I got him out. I'm pretty sure I got him out.
Yeah.
But it's new now because I'll stay closer. When they shift everyone
Yeah.
and there's a runner on third and there's 2 outs, there's no one even close. So the
Yeah.
runner on third, he could just
He can go to
he
halfway.
can just go, like
Yeah.
do whatever he wants because the third baseman's playing shortstop. And he's like, well,
Yeah.
there's nobody over here.
Yeah.
And then if the pitcher's in the windup, especially, then they're starting to do that more. And I remember I was always told that if someone tries to do that to you, then just hit the batter because
Oh.
dead ball,
Yeah.
Everybody just throw the ball at the batter.
Yeah.
Hit him, dead ball, runner goes back to third, batter goes to first, but at least, it didn't steal home on you. So I remember him trying to do that this year, and I don't think it was super.
I don't know if this is it or not.
Yeah.
No, but see,
No.
he's a guy that does it.
He'll steal home.
Yeah. A lot of guys will do it now, but yeah, he'll do it when he's probably just mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
But
he's just kind of he
guys
just
will
look-
do it, so
yeah.
that is a thing.
And does the coach tell you to do it, or you just are like,
I don't know.
don't care.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to try it. I've never stolen a bag. That'd be something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be able to
Hey,
hit.
that's a New Year resolution.
Yeah, go steal a base.
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know. I don't know if pitchers will be hitting this year or not.
Oh, at all.
Maybe not. I don't know.
It could be over completely.
It could be
because of
completely
COVID.
over.
Because
Because
of
of COVID. Everything.
Yeah, it's
Everything's
COVID. They just go.
That's the reason I'm
They go.
sitting
You
here.
know what?
I'm sitting here because
pitches can't hit anymore. And you're like, what does that do? You're like, I don't know.
Oh, they're putting
COVID.
the DH in the NL?
they're talking about it.
Wow.
They've been talking about it, and it's been because they did it because of COVID.
Yeah.
And then last year,
Why did they do it because of COVID?
because of
Just one less
COVID,
person?
because the season was shorter.
Oh.
And like,
I thought it was like they were
They-
like, what's one less person touching a bat? And that's
So
that's
they
one
did
less
it-
person.
they
I
did
thought
it-
it was too.
Yeah.
they did it in 2020 because the season was short and whatever. And then 2021, they talked about it, and pitchers hit last year. So then this year, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, we're locked out now, so we're not even. I don't know. We're not even allowed to talk to anyone, or it's a weird time right now. Like with the lockout,
You can't talk to your agents or anything.
you can talk to agents, but like associated with the team, and there's no like baseball things going on. And
Mhm.
normally this is like a time where it kind of like starts doing its thing again. So that's just being locked out itself is weird. I don't think it's happened in long time, 30 years maybe.
Well, we remember our the last one. I
It
was
was-
probably 12.
The year there wasn't no World Series?
Yeah.
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 So
like
it's-
that, they went on strike. Is this the same thing? Is
So the strike lockout was the first thing to happen, and then
the strike?
the strike couldn't happen unless there was a lockout. So
Yeah.
now that there is a lockout, if there is some type of agreement or there's not
Yeah.
or whatever, then the players can just. So if the owners say they want to have a league, like okay, we're going to have a season with these rules or whatever, the players can say no, and then this players would go on strike from there.
Yeah.
So that's still a possibility.
So y'all
For
are locked
sure.
out right now.
Now is a lockout, and it's interesting. I mean,
So if they locked you out, could you go to Iowa to that Field of Dreams and still just
we're supposed to go to that next year, the Reds and the Cubs, but
because there's no locks there.
there's no locks. There's
Yeah.
just corn. Smyrna, we just
This is
jump.
what-
We just
This
jump.
is what the podcast would be if I didn't show up.
We
This
just-
is why I got to show
we
up.
just jump
You're
the
doing-
fence,
you're
you know?
doing- yeah.
Sonny, like you were about to say about Smyrna, go ahead.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It is a weird. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird spot to be.
Have you ever played in that field, the Field of Dreams?
No. No. Cool field though.
That's a better question than you could go there because they don't have locks.
Yeah.
I think it was a good point.
You
Sonny
made a
agreed with
lockout
me.
joke.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
it mean, could you go to the stadium anytime you want to? Stadium?
You would be able to
if it wasn't a lockout. But
if
like,
it wasn't a lockout.
you could go and be like, you have a key? You have a
You
thing
could go
to
to
the door?
Cincinnati, and there's always. I mean, it's just like you think of it, but there's
no-
people that work there year round,
Yeah.
so it's not like.
You have a number. You call and you say, hey, I'm
Yeah,
here 'cause
and
I want to.
and you just and then they just open the stuff, and you open and you go, and there's probably people there.
Yeah. They
but
let
all-
you practice whenever you
People
want.
because people work out in the off season in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
People work out at their stadiums in the
Yeah.
off season. They live there. Some people live in their home
Yeah.
city. So then where's it better? They just work out there. Or a lot of people live in the spring training. Like a lot of people live in Arizona or Florida or one of these places. So they would go work out at the spring training facility and all that. That's the biggest thing. The main stadiums being locked out. I mean, like not having access to that, like no big deal because that's a small. But working out at the minor league spots, there's a lot of people that use that stuff because there's a lot of people that live in those areas.
Yeah.
And so that's
Could
different.
you go to the Sound Stadium? And
I don't think so.
Where did you
I don't know. That's a good question.
Did you play for the Sounds?
I played one game for the
Yeah.
Sounds. Yeah.
Yeah.
One game. I was on rehab with Oakland. It was
Yeah,
it was the old Sound Stadium. No, did I go to the new one? I don't
Think
know.
about it. figure
meant
it
a
out.
lot to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went to the new one too.
Yeah. Do you have
I
the
think I went-
uniform still?
I have the hat.
Yeah.
I kept the hat.
They have a good I always like the Sounds logo and stuff. And But we were Oakland, right?
For a while, yeah.
For a while, we were Oakland.
We were Oakland for a while.
Where did you go? Minor league, AAA.
I was drafted in 2011 by the A's, and then I went to Midland, or then I went to AA.
Yeah.
The next year, went to Midland, Texas. Lived a summer in Midland, Texas.
I've been there.
It was. I mean, I had a host family, so they put you up and you live with in Midland at least. You live with this just a host family, just like people could come live with you and Laura.
Yeah.
Just players come live with you, play with the Sounds.
These are people who volunteer
to host players. So you go and live there, and then you play. So I was there in Midland for 3 months in the middle of the summer. It was very interesting. It was very cool looking back on it because you just got hay bales rolling everywhere. They got those oil rigs in the parking lot. Like that's real. We was right next to Permian, Odessa Permian. So I always think of that movie.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. Like we went down to that high school, but there's nothing there. I mean, there's just nothing there.
I've played golf there. I did. It's so windy.
Was it windy?
It's the windiest. Oh. It was a rich town. I've never talked about this on the podcast. Like Midland was a place where they would say if it's like pumping good or like whatever, it's a town that's either like the wealthiest town or they're the brokest town.
Yes.
And everybody does that. Like Red Roof Inns at that point when I went there were $300 a night because it was the money. They would go to McDonald's and offer people $100. They'd be like, we'll give you $100,000 to walk away right now and go work, at an oil pump.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but because it was like some people, it'd be a town too. There were some people, they'd get so wealthy and they wouldn't know how to, like they were just the brokest people ever. And then they're the wealthiest and they like go buy a helicopter. And like, so it's like one day, like someone's doesn't have anything. Next day they have a 4 Lamborghini. Like they don't know how to, it's like just these people then they lose it all.
It's like winning the lottery.
Go back. Yeah. It's like you just constantly kind of go back and forth to be like, I mean, I have no idea if this is true, but it seems like a lot of people could be like, everybody's kind of like, oh, I was a millionaire at one point and then I lost it all, but it's like, that's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I remember family trying to come into town and you could not get a hotel room anywhere. And there's just and then they're $400 a night for
nothing. For nothing. Not a 4 seasons, just any hotel.
Yeah. Like you said, Red Roof Inn.
Yeah.
And then after that, I went to Sacramento. Was in Sacramento in 2013 for the first half, played there. And then 2013 went to Oakland, lived in Oakland for 5 years. Yeah. When I say lived there, and then but I always came back to Tennessee, and then lived in Oakland for the season.
You live in Oakland or San Francisco?
We lived in San Francisco for 1 year. It went before Gunner. Me and my wife, we lived in San Francisco. That was 2014, in like 60th floor of a building, and it's just wild. Apartment was probably the size of this
room,
this right here,
up here,
and beautiful place, but I mean just crazy. We would always go for walks, or we would try and go. We lived on top of this hill, One Rincon, and we'd walk down, and every time we'd walk to this coffee place or whatever, and you just got people behind cars just pooping in the street, and like you just like that. It was just it was freezing cold.
Yeah,
freezing.
San Francisco is always a little chilly.
Mm-hmm. And then, but fun to do.
Yeah.
And then we lived
beautiful down. I mean, there it is.
And then we went to Walnut Creek.
You got to look past some stuff, but it's a beautiful town.
You can have spots. And then we went to Walnut Creek and lived there.
Yeah,
for a while. And then it was gone.
And here we are.
And
now we're here.
You
Yeah.
think when you
co-hosting the
retire, you'll stay in Middle Tennessee?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Gunner is in first grade doing his thing, and then Declan's not far behind him. So we got kids in school doing their thing, and I've always liked Middle Tennessee. So
yeah, we're from here, and they're blowing up.
We're from here.
Now we're blowing up.
What
do you think you want to do? You have any idea what you'd want to do when you retire, or you don't even think about that yet?
No, I haven't really thought about it yet. It's like
Smyrna baseball.
It's like asking that. It's like asking the high school kid what they don't want to do. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's like you do it, and then you'll be like, all right. It'll be weird though. Like your whole life has been baseball.
Whole life since I was 4.
Yeah,
it will be weird. I don't think I'm close to it yet. I still got some baseball in front of me. But it is. You talk about. I mean, I went and worked out at 1 o'clock today, and I normally like work out at 9 or 10. But
why are y'all doing it in the afternoon now?
I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to just do this new. There's a new sleep. Everything is in baseball is going to sleep. Like sleep. Sleep is the most important. So it's big and I would wake up early and have a fast morning and then go but some people were going back later, like on spring training last year, everything was pushed back. Everything was pushed back from showing up at 6 a.m. to showing up at 11. And then you do that. So you have a slow morning, come up and have the bulk of your day, like the most important part in the middle of your day, and then going and doing it that way. So
I like that.
You stay up later and do, but I liked it. I did it today at 1 o'clock, and that was the first time, and I liked it. I'm normally go up at 9.
I think I would like it. I always, you always heard about like, and I imagine for late games for you guys, but the basketball, like they would take a nap because they have to be in their prime at 9, 10 p.m. And so, for comedians, we have to be super awake. And if you play a night game, is your adrenaline always just going, or you're like, God, I'm tired, like,
You can get tired, but if you pitch, or if you're one of those late inning people, if you pitch if you're like the closers, for instance, they go. I mean, they just think about it. They just go and go and go, and then they just spike at like 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. They just go, and then how long are you going to come down? How long are you come down for that?
Yeah, it's got to take them a while to fall asleep.
That's the big thing.
When you go to pitch to people, do you go in the league to be a closer? Or you like you work to be a closer? Or you
most of the time closers are throw hard, but they're probably like starters that moved to closer, like failed starters that I don't even hate to say it, but that's the truth.
Like Mario,
closing is very important. I don't know if he ever started.
Yeah, like it's like those like that could be your specialty, and you just become like.
Mm-hmm. But every 5 days you pitch, but then other days you can kind of relax and take it easy. They have to be on call
every day.
And they don't get in every time?
Because
if it's a blowout, then you're good.
Yeah, they're not going to pitch. They're not
going
to
lose
unless they...
or you lose. What if it's a blowout and then they get it back into play? Yeah, you just got to be...
It's just kind of all over. And that's the thing. And then those starters, you have so many different spots in baseball. You got starters, and you've got everyday players, bench players, bullpen guys, late inning, and like everyone is on a different program.
Yeah,
like starters, you pitch once a week, so you got to fill your time with the other 4 days. But that one day you do pitch, you empty everything. Mm-hmm. So you're working your week up like this, and then you go, and then you crash real hard, and then you're kind of just trying to build yourself back up until that day you pitch. Whereas a bullpen guy, you're kind of just you're always a little bit more, but it's just it's a different game, and then you got to do it every day.
What's the best pitching job? Starter, closer?
A lot of people
relief?
say starter.
Oh, really?
A lot of people say starter
because you get the time off.
Yeah,
you get
a lot of time
off.
Yeah, and traditionally starters get paid the most.
And you could pitch. There's no rules that you could pitch every day if they wanted you to. There's not a rule that says you have to rest so many days.
A starter?
Yeah.
No, not a rule.
But it's just like they need you got to rest or your arms.
Yeah, you got to. And they're transitioning out of it too. They're changing. I mean, that's why baseball's kind of where it's at right now is because they're transitioning like a lot of things. But another thing is they're taking everything and they're trying to combine it to, starters would make more. So now they're trying to put 6 starters in a rotation. What that'll do is that'll give starters less starts, less innings, less money.
Yeah.
Bullpen guys use bullpen guys more because they get paid less, and it's different.
Yeah.
So baseball's in a weird spot for sure. Technology.
Technology's getting crazy. I always think that with quarterbacks. Like I feel like eventually in the NFL, it's still big to have a quarterback, but you have like some guys that can run, and you're like, I mean, you just could get a bunch of them, like just a bunch of running quarterback just becomes a pretty running kind of position. And it's like you just kind of like they're like running backs where they have a good 2 to 5 years, and then you just kind of move on. Like it's it's like because it's such a threat for having a running quarterback.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Are
there
the
ones that can throw?
They do both. And
if you can do both,
Are the relief pitchers who come in? I think they're only when you're behind.
there's different parts of a bullpen.
Mhm.
Yeah, like different guys that throw in different spots. You kind of know what role or whatever you have.
Yeah.
How many no hitters have you thrown?
None no hitters.
Ever in the
No,
I
I
threw
want
one
to.
in Little League.
That could be a New Year's resolution.
yeah a no hitter?
Throw a no hitter.
Let's throw a no hitter.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a good New Year resolution. I threw one when I was 12.
Couple complete games.
I've already have one, so I'm the only one right here that has a no hitter.
Yeah, you're
Wow.
the only one.
You may talk to you about it, just the pressure of it.
They won 9
It's
to 8.
hard. Well, yeah. I walked a lot of people. The other team still won, but no one hit. So
There were no hits.
no
allowed.
hits though.
That's all that matters.
I walked a ton of people, but
this
no
to
hits allowed. Yeah,
Hit a few guys.
yeah. When it's a no hitter, like is it that everybody kind of does it say anything? No one.
Oh, it's the same thing because we were part of one this year with Wade. He threw one, and it was just kind of like first 4 innings, everybody's filling out the game. 5 inning comes around, you're like, okay, 6th inning, everybody's like trying not to mess it up. 7th inning, 8th, and then 8th, 7th, 8th, you're kind of just like, stay out of this. What did I do? Do the same thing, and then it's
because
it's fun. It's fun to be a part of.
Yeah, because if it's the team is involved. I mean, if you drop
yeah, I mean,
it's just
every ground ball, it's
Yeah.
like you can make one play.
yeah,
It's fun.
yeah.
Hmm.
All right, I think we're good,
Mhm.
right? We
Yeah.
did good. You filled in first co-host.
First
besides
co-host.
Mark Norman, second co-host, first non-comedian co-host.
Yeah.
Be the last too. You
You called. You texted me this morning, and
I
then
texted you this morning. I was like,
I was
hey.
like, it's a snow day. Like I've been up since I got woken
This
up
was
by
a
2
big-
boys at
yeah.
6 a.m. this morning.
This was like you were for sure supposed to be off today, and you weren't.
Yeah,
You got a call. This is what a starter pitcher does.
just show up.
Just show up. You're ready.
You're
You're always ready.
relief.
Just show up when
Today,
you're called.
yeah. Today was like a relief.
Yeah,
pitcher.
it was a relief. It was a
But then we
relief.
need you the whole game, and then you're like, I'm supposed to be like 2 innings, right?
This is in the middle of nap time.
Yeah. You're like, no, and you're on your weird schedule now. and
I
you're
know.
like,
I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
We messed you all
No,
up.
no, I love it. You know, I always come up here.
I know. I love you, buddy, and I'm glad you came on. And my bats, all I got are all from Sonny.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that.
So thank you for doing this. It's awesome, Sonny Gray. No social media.
No,
Cheer for the Reds.
When you throw a no hitter, will you thank us in the post game press
Yes, the
the
conference?
Nateland, when
Yeah.
you say
I'll
hello,
be like,
all you gotta say
the-
is hello, folks.
okay. The day I came up with this resolution.
Just
Hello,
on
folks.
Nateland. No, I will say Nate. If you're gonna say that,
Yeah,
say
I'll,
on the podcast.
I'll drop it.
But worst case, you just say,
Oh man, I had my Nate Bargatze, the green,
Yeah.
that green Nate
Yeah,
Bargatze iced coffee whip shirt that
Yeah.
I bought in Arizona.
Yeah, I made him buy it.
Yeah, I had it and I meant to wear it, but
That's right. You wore it.
Next time.
You wore it when you pitched.
I did.
You wear it
I
like,
did. I love
every
that
day.
shirt.
Yeah, it's a good shirt. So it does good for him. So it makes you a major league pitcher, everybody. All right, everybody. Thank you guys. Happy New Year. Talk to you next week. We'll see you. Don't forget tonight's show. I'll be on tonight. All right. Bye.